welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do consider liking, sharing, and definitely subscribing. So, as you saw by my title, I'm going to be talking about Rudolph Speid getting the contract to lead the Jamaica Reggae Boyz national program for a few months at least. So I'm going to go through the press release and then we have the discussion. But as you saw by the title, they stated the man that nobody wanted. All right. Let me know if that is accurate or you are one of those individuals that think that he can take them to the pinnacle. All right, not just this short stint, but actually beyond this short stint. All right, so let me try and get it for you. Give me a second. All right, so this should be it. 1 second, let me go through it right here. As you come in, please do it, like, want to share, and subscribe. This might just be a shorter one because I never had any plans to come in. A lot of you guys texted me and said I need to come on and give you my take on it, so I just decided that I'm going to do that. All right, so they said for immediate release. The Jamaica Football Federation, JFF, wishes to advise the public that the President Michael Ricketts has confirmed that in the interim, the JFF board has convened and reached an agreement regarding the technical leadership of the senior men's national team, the Reggae Boyz. Following the board deliberation, Rudolph Speid has been appointed to assume the role of head coach effective December 15th. So you know when he's going to start until March 31st. All right, so that is a period that serves for the interim, because the interim should not be able to hold the position for a certain period without getting the full contract. I think I would have to go to the FIFA rulings to see what it says there. While we are in discussion with Mr. Miguel Coley's agent to serve as assistant coach. Let me stop right there, then we get into it. All right, so starting the 15th to the 31st. All right, so I had said that they shouldn't jump to start now. Give it a little time, plan ahead, and come and sell the public something. All right, so first I would have to ask you, do you think that he deserved the position? Let me know. Do you think he deserves the position? Let me know. And then let me know the timing that he's going to run for, if you're okay with that. All right, those are the things that I'm asking. I'm going to come to the chat, guys. I'm just trying to get off everything, so at least you know. And do you think that Miguel Coley should be the assistant of Jamaica? Oh my God, Jesus Lord. The chat is not. Everyone says no. All right. Duckland says 100% yes. I'm going to go and see if I can get Duckland's previous comments, because Duckland is a troublemaker. All right. But everyone else says no. Only Duckland. So, and you said Miguel deserves it. All right. All right. I'm watching football on my computer, Presser, but I'm just focusing on this for a little while. All right. So Miguel, but let me give it to you. Miguel is playing. Let me give you Miguel Coley's information here, so we don't let anything down for you. All right. Coley, Jamaica. All right. All right. So Miguel Coley is currently applying his trade. Let me give you and which position he's at. All right. He's also an assistant at the present moment. All right. Yes, but he's playing. I think let me make sure I can get it right here, because for some reason it wasn't coming up. All right, let me get it because I don't want to speak out of turn. All right, so Miguel Coley, yes, he did work under Schaefer's. All right, but he's actually a assistant coach with Zach O Sport Club in Iraq. In Iraq, he's currently coaching in Iraq. All right, he does have one of those regions A license, which is a higher level than this region. Mr. Speid, I don't think they have completed the A license in the Trinidad region as yet. So what I'm trying to say to you, that Miguel Coley is also one of the other individuals that were actually more qualified than Mr. Speid in practical and also in theory. All right. Yes, because he has a higher license, and also he coaches the national team before and prepared the national team before. So with that said, how in the world would you want to take a assistant job from Mr. Speid when Mr. Speid is beneath him? Just like how the previous coach was above Mr. Speid in qualification. So am I reading something wrong? Or this doesn't make much sense? Like, why is it the better person for the job seems to always get the lower position for the job? Like, oh, this works. Is this an accurate way how to get things done, in your opinion? Let me know. Because I would see that Coley, Mr. Speid is more qualified in what, ST? In, ooh, which propaganda? Mr. Speid cannot present any document that he's more qualified than Coley. Stop on the lies, all right? And that's a fact. Miguel Coley is one of the highest qualified coaches for Jamaica, period. Stop lying. I don't know who to listen to with these dunce conversations. Because I know that when I listen to some dunce, stupid foolishness, I want to come with the foolishness. All right? Coley is higher rated than Mr. Speid everywhere. Lies, people. Don't believe it. It's lies. They just make up stories, and they just sit with their friends and they come and sell a bunch of propaganda. That's why it's hard to believe anything that you see here. All of these people are more qualified than Mr. Speid. The coach that just left is super qualified than him, and Coley, which is at a way lower level than the coach that just left, is super qualified than him. Mr. Speid holds a B Trinidad license that barely passed sensible license registration. I had a clip of a man talking on a stream and talking about oh Mr. Speid qualified and all sorts of things. Absolute garbage. Don't let them fool you. Complete crap, they're telling you. And that's why I can't believe much things that comes out of Jamaica. Because they just seems to lie for no reason. All right? Yes. McLaren was the most qualified ever and can't do it. So it's not about qualification. No, I'm arguing qualification because Alayad just came in our chat to make sure he tries to inject himself with a bunch of false narrative. And that is not true. All right? Mr. Coley is more qualified than him because nobody respects any Trinidad license. All right? It's trying to look respect. A Concacaf license is a higher rated license than a Trinidad license as well. All right? Yes. Don't let anybody fool the people. So people that Concacaf license is the highest rank license in our region, which is the Concacaf region. And the Trinidad license isn't one of them. All right? Yes. Okay? No, I never said I don't respect Trinidad. Don't get me wrong. All right? Don't get me wrong. Okay? Don't get me wrong. But it's not the truth. And we are here to... All right. So, Dockland, can you tell the truth and make the next people understand that the license that I'm explaining is accurate? Concacaf license is the highest license in this region. And they're still trying to get it on par with European license. And it's not there as yet. The Trinidad license is our Baccabush license for now until they can get more respect on it. All right? Yes. So all we're saying, and he doesn't hold a A as yet because he didn't. Him and Tappa went to complete that. So with that said, it would have remained that the next guy was actually more qualified. LB, both of them born in Jamaica. So this is no segregation. I'm just asking a question and bring facts that one is more qualified than the other. Would you want to take a role to serve under a man that you know might not know more than you, or more likely don't know more than you based on your travels? I think that will be I think that would be harsh for him to accept it. And I think he might not. Or maybe if they said it's an interim one and they promised him something, an honest shot, at the end, maybe that's the only way he accepts it. But I wouldn't want to be educated and working under a person. I wouldn't want, and then when he messed up, my CV is going to get messed up as well. So that's what I'm talking about, people, because this coach could be something good for Jamaica, and now he wants to come and clog his name to Mr. Speid. I don't think it's a good idea. I think he should not take it. He should not take it. I think nobody not bringing me as no scout, not at all. I'm not interested. Yes. If Miguel Coley was there or somebody else, then I will get involved. Somebody that I think is honest and want to do it for the people, because I don't believe that these people wants to do it for the people. I think these people are just trying to do it for themselves. Yes. Speid is trying to use Coley. I think so. I think Coley would be the one doing all of the work, and then he takes all of the praise. And if it goes bad, he blames them. Remember, he's trying to disassociate himself from Mr. McLaren. So I don't think so. I don't think so. We just had 2 EU license man leave the work. Maybe EU license is not the best for our region, but that's okay, no problem. But you're not answering the question. I ask you, which one is more certified, Mr. Coley or Mr. Speid? And you don't want to answer because you know the truth. Both of them are Jamaicans. That's all I'm saying. Lulu, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Mr. Speid is not more qualified than the guy. All right. If it's one thing, Mr. Speid is not lazy. All right. So Duckland. I'm just saying. Sometimes we can take our time. Rene Simons came out and said he's interested in the job. Thank you, Lulu. Simple as that. He just doesn't want to say the truth so people can know the truth. Coley is more qualified, and I wouldn't want to work under a man that I'm more qualified than, and I can get the same amount of blame as what he would have shouldered if everything goes bad, which more likely it will go bad. Because it's not like we have an easier part to the actual workup. You understand me? So all I'm saying is they should have took their time, put Coley honestly on the board, put Rene Simons honestly on the board, put Mr. Speid honestly on the board, call all of them together and say, Coley, I heard that you want the job. At this point, we are broke like dog. We don't have no money, Coley. But we can promise you that we are going to pay at a certain point. Just like what we might promise Mr. Speid. Or put Meron on the list as well. Put Meron on the list. Put all of them. Bring them on a table and said, everybody here. Meron, you're less qualified. Coley, you're more qualified. Tyrone Marshall, you're more qualified. Mr. Speid, you're less qualified, but you're in around the setup and you know how things went. So, all right, this is the position. We have 2 matches. and definitely want some help. You guys are Jamaican born. We just messed up big time. We're gonna promise you. No, I never. Someone put his name in an hat, and I said I'm just explaining something. So let me land on the low. So put all 5 men in a room and say, listen to me, man. We're just gonna do this for Jamaica. Let me just work out things. No money is here to pay anybody. But if you do a good job, we're going to put you at the front seat for the main job when the time comes. And at that time, we can accumulate enough money, even if things doesn't go bad. I think that would be much more fairer than to cut off all avenues from all of these guys and then try to pin them into position. So this seems to me like you cut off everything just to make sure you can give it to Mr. Speid only when nobody wants him. You understand me? No, you can't choose one. I just named 5 people that are Jamaican. And you just want to pick the one that Mr. Speid is more qualified than. You're so all right, so if I would have to pick Mr. Speid or Merron Garden, I would have to sadly pick Mr. Speid. Sadly. But I gave you 3 other names, and you don't want to choose out of the 3 other names. You understand me? That you're sure of a higher license than him. You understand me? And coaching higher places than him ever went to. You understand me? But you don't want to do that. Alex says, JD, the problem is if we make the World Cup, if Speid is going to give up the position. Lulu said neither. If you have to give the position up because it's an interim position, all right? In theory, you have to give it up and then re-sign a different contract. You understand me? But this is a problem. They can lose to Congo 1-0 or 2-0, and he still scams his way into main position and say, "Oh my God, look how we play Congo. Congo dominates Nigeria, and we did better against them than Nigeria. We lost the game, but we performed better than Nigeria." So you see that I'm the man for the job, and then spin a narrative. Because remember, he doesn't have to beat Congo, because everyone knows that he's not going to beat Congo. You understand me? That's what everybody knows. He's not going to beat Congo, you know. So because everybody know that, they're going to only look at a good performance to grade him. Set him up in a position to manipulate the situation, to put him back at the front as well. So that's what I'm telling you, people. Jamaica have a warm time. Because I'm telling you, people, remember I told you, what did I say when the match finished? Son of a Sile, I can't accept a call when I'm not finished speaking. So give me a chance, son of a Sile, let me finish speaking, and then I will accept a call. Let's hold on, my brother. I said I'm doing a hour, so give me a chance. I'm now supporting Senegal Tyrell Senior, all right? Yes. Nigeria didn't make it because of federation problems. The player was not going to play, all right? JD, would you prefer Tappa or Speid if you had a choice? Tappa is a better coach than Speid. Tappa is a better coach than Speid. When I start to watch Tappa a lot more deeper, he's getting more educated. Right people around him, so he learns more. If Mr. Speid doesn't have anybody around him, he just uses egotistic behavior and do what he wants to do. So he doesn't learn anything. That's why Tappa dominates him every single game he plays. Every single game. All right? Yeah, I said Tappa. I would pick Tappa over Mr. Speid 100%. You're going to get better football today with Tappa than Mr. Speid. I watch Mount Pleasant play Cavaliers every single time. And Mr. Speid performances are garbage. Garbage. Something like what we just watched in the National Stadium. That's what Mr. Speid does. And even worse, because he doesn't even go into the box as much. He makes sure to just defend and try to go to penalties. That's it. That's it. So you can't Tappa can't even beat Speid in the APL. Jesus Christ. I think you have not watched the games, and I've watched all the games. All right, so I know that you're talking crap. All right, you wait until the finals, try to survive in the games, and then hope that a penalty misses. But that doesn't mean you're the better coach. That means you rode your luck and it worked out for you. Oh, it worked out for him this season. He got knocked in. All right, you're okay. Pull up the result. The result is Mr. Speid got knocked out in Concacaf in the first round. Tappa is in the finals. Tappa won the league 2 times in a row. All right, and Mr. Speid won the second version of the playoffs. That is the actual facts, boy. You see, these are the things that I can't stand about you guys. You try to rewrite history. You try to rewrite history. All right, yes. So to me, he's a better coach because he's getting more education, and people around in Mount Pleasant want local players to be good. They are sending them to school. So this bunch of dunce players put together that you can manipulate and try to sell to places, that doesn't work anymore. Mount Pleasant players are articulate both on the pitch and off the pitches. All right, so they are doing good for Jamaica. So Duckland, love the right man, Duckland. All right. Why? Why, Duckland? Why? All right. Yeah. So people, for me, listen to me. In order in life for you to stand for something, I saw LB said I need to get behind the team. LB, if I'm standing for something, I don't need to get behind nothing. I am not a person relying on views on YouTube to con people. I am here for the Jamaican people. Blood. I will be the martyr that people needs. I am not standing for no team. I am not in no support of Mr. Speid coaching no team. Stop telling me about to get behind which team. If you stand for something, you stand for something. When you tell me to get behind the team, or I said, oh, you know, me not like Mr. Speid, but we still not gonna get behind the team. You know what that tells me? That tells me you're trying to protect your bag. I have no bag. I want nothing from Jamaica. More than the youths them being the best version of themselves. So I'm not getting behind no team. No team, because I stand for something. It's a full time you guys stand for something. What is wrong with you now? But get behind team. You guys are cowards. I never came here to be famous. When I was a kid, I was playing football. And our team won leagues and couldn't get into Jamaica national team. They still pick all the Calabar players them. Now you hear Mount Pleasant sending people to school, getting educated. And a bunch of dunce players because they are the right man. They go in front of the players them. So this is not for Jamaica. This was never for Jamaica. This was never for Jamaica. So don't be the next person that's not doing something for Jamaica. Stand for something, man. I don't want no views. I don't frighten for nothing here. I never came here for nothing more than to see a Jamaica team great again. That's what I wanted. That was my first video and still my main interest. That's why I go and find every player that is good to come and help Jamaica, because that's what I want. Don't tell me to get behind no team. All right? I stand for something. If you know anything about me, I have never been a groupie. I stand for something. Get behind what? Anybody telling you about get behind team, they are just looking for something just like the JFF and Mr. Speid them. Get behind what? You get behind garbage, and then when it fails, you come back again and curse again. It looks like you like to curse in circles. I have no time to curse in circles. All right? Get behind what? LB, go sit down, man. All right, you see it? I'm telling about you. That's why when they in a state of slavery so long, because they don't stand for nothing at all. All right? Yeah, man. So that's my take, people. If you don't like it, that's who I am. And you more likely everybody knew that's not what I was going to say, because that's the type of mentality I have. Yesterday I talked about it. When they talked about they were going to protest, they took my money and go to look jobs in the JFF. These people are sellouts, blood. So at least I can be the one stand for something, because I did put my money up for them to protest. Leader them become JFF scouts. Get job on the back of we spending our money. So brother, I will stand. I will stand for what I stood for 2 years ago. 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You understand me? We always stood up to this foolishness. You understand me? So don't come tell me no foolishness from my channel. Come talk about, yo, dog. Get behind the team. Get behind what? You don't even have a team. You have nothing. So get behind what? Come on, man. All right. JFF is not private. Why can't the government get involved? The rules of FIFA says that the government cannot get involved. So that's why. But they claim that they're a private organization. You understand me? They claim that they're a private organization. But JD, continuity is important. As the turnaround time is limited. Who will be the best to walk in the situation and build on what we have? But Freddie, the honesty, do we have something? Because the problem is everybody said we don't have anything. You understand me? And based on how they are speaking as well, which is the president, we never had nothing. So what are we going to build on, Freddie? So the question is, Freddie, have you seen anything? And then I can further the conversation, Freddie, on that one. Have you seen anything? Because I saw a man told me that we can't play with midfield football. People, listen to this. I'm going to read out something. Freddie, give me an answer, Freddie. But let me read out something about it. What is midfield to a system? System in football. I know, but I'm going to read it here. Listen to this, people. Listen to this. What is midfield to a football system? A midfield system in football is the configuration of players located between the defense and attacking, responsible for linking the two areas and the brain of football. And the brain of football. So if a man call you and tell you that Jamaica can't play midfield football, what it is literally telling you, and then what can you build on? Because if you have no brain, Freddie, what are you going to build on, Freddie? It literally says the brain of football. And if you're not going to use it, how in the world? You see where I'm coming from, Freddie? His statements them not sense. You understand me? Because no sensible coach that has a badge will listen to him and think that he's making sense. Because you're saying that you're playing football without midfield. So you're literally saying that you're playing brainless football. So brainless football would have naturally means you have nothing to build on because you have no brain there. And brain is the function. Let me know, Big Boss. I will get the follow-up comment. Big up myself, Jamaican good, and massive respect. Guys, double tap the screen and the likes will go up on the video. Get it to 100 and let me finish on 150. I was here watching games, but I wanted to give you guys. Freddie said, the increase player pool is one. And those prospects that are on the edge, which will improve our midfield and the team overall. So Freddie, so would you have an advisor advising him about what football is and make sure that advisor be more educated than him, which is not hard. It's not hard to be more educated than him in football because he has not such a license. You understand me? So what would be your way to solve this, Freddie? Because he's the one made that statement. So that is his belief. And I only can judge him off what he stated out of his mouth. Is that fair, Mr. Freddie? Is that fair? Because I only can judge you. You judge me for what I say out of my mouth. I just said, I stand for something. So you have to judge me off that. So he said that you can play football without midfield. And the badges stated that the midfield is the brain of football. And barely can function without it because it links defense and attack. All right. Okay. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you for your honesty right there. All right. So for people, so for me, that means the only way I will accept this is unless a advisor comes on board that is more educated than him Jamaica does not have a midfield problem. Well, he said they have a midfield problem because they don't have enough midfielders. That's what he said. All right. JD, you ever see a brain a kick a ball? No, 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 no. All right. So people, I'm gonna try and drop the number so people can call in. And I'm gonna finish the show close to the 1 hour plus something. All right. Free to call if you want, but let me give you the number. So it's fair for anyone to call in. You can challenge my statements. As I've said multiple things just a while ago. I have standard. I stand for something. I've said, Mr. Speid, a license is not bigger than um my boy as well. And I've just said midfield is a brain of football. So those are the three things we have argued just a while ago. And I know that I'm right on all of them. But we will definitely still take the argument today. 466 46 24 71. All right. Um they need a stronger midfield. Top Girl Sachet says, all right. I do agree. No, I know I'm right. I know I'm right, but I want people to go and look for themselves so we can have the conversation, you know? Yes. Urquhart says, my grandparents are from New Caledonia and I have to support them. One God EU. Hello, One God EU. What are you doing?
Yes, good day, good night, good afternoon, blessed day, because for everybody in the chat.
Yes, you're very much in your background. One God EU. Yes, I would apologize to Mr. Speid and said I was wrong that they're not going to beat Congo. Yes, I have no problem, Mr. LB. You know why? Because I'm a sane human being. That just deals with righteousness. So if I have to apologize for something that I'm wrong for, I am a man. So I will do that, LB. So you can hold me, click that LB. But make sure when I'm right, you come to me and tell me, LB. All right? Make sure you come and apologize to me. Like how you hide every time I'm right. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. One God EU.
Yeah, good afternoon, as I said, and good morning, good night, wherever in the world that you are. Everybody who's a fan of the Reggae Boyz team, big up the Imaxit family as well. I just have a few comments. I think, as I was showing in the comments, brain not play football because I never say a brain put on a boot set. I run on football. See? So, you know what I mean? But on disappointment though, JD, it's really fascinating how long disappointment has been loading. You know what I mean? Because in my opinion, I think this has been engineered to facilitate Speid becoming the coach of Jamaica. He win the Premier League, then all of a sudden you hear, well, you know, it must be a local coach and it must be somebody who's familiar with the local talents. And I have won the Premier League with the youngest team ever, and that means that I am an expert at developing players. And then all of a sudden, you know, he create a position and put himself in a position to advise somebody that knows more about football than him. Because as bad as Steve McLaren is, no man in Jamaica is not a better coach than Steve McLaren, and that's just facts. So all them a chat, them couldn't chat from now till God come now. I have a coach aside outside of Jamaica going on one part. Jamaica no win the Caribbean champion, the Champions Cup yet, or not. No Jamaican team never win it yet, or not like that. So none of them man and I have no chat to say them about them know about international football. None of them. So all of them attack is just a system based on what I've seen. As a fan of the Reggae Boy team looking in, I can see it's just system people. It's just people which are part of the system that they want, because you have way more qualified Jamaican coaches that are not part of the system that they won't even look at. So what I'm trying to do is them say, yo, look over here. You know what I mean? Look on the box right so. Don't focus on the factory with the box inner. Just look on the box right so. In the box, yeah. In the box, yeah. And me are the best thing in the box.
Yeah.
You understand? Even though the factory full of box, you know.
Yeah.
Me are the best thing in the box. So the qualifiers, I mean, yeah, man, it must be local and it must be this, but you know, I am aware that there are players. Coley has been there, you know, him not just that coach since they want him to be they're in talks to get into to be the assistant coach. He has been there. Ricardo Gardner, I think, has a European license.
Yeah. He was working on one and he should complete it by now. He got one, but I'm not sure if he got the final one. But even if he has the B is still higher than Mr. Speed's one. So it doesn't even matter. You understand?
And there are players in the States, as we have people in the States.
Yes, you have Tyrone Marshall, Andy Williams, I think, yeah. And then you have the other guys them that coach the reggae girls them before that brought us to a World Cup. You have a whole heap of man with world level license, you know, man. The amount of Jamaican you have with world level license, you know.
Yeah, but none of them ever win the JPL.
No, but them got World Cup.
There you go.
So World Cup we're trying to reach.
You do not win the JPL, you don't have no time.
So a man will go to World Cup. So what are you trying to tell me? A man will go to World Cup, come and qualify a team that shouldn't even be on the same pitch with certain teams, and he bring him to the World Cup because he understands the philosophy of football at the highest level. Did so much good.
We don't understand the philosophy of football. We are said if you don't win the JPL, if you don't win the local league, and know I'm familiar with the local talent available. This quality, this great quality that we have on the local side. If you're not a person who is prepared to harness that talent,
so it's about
to take on the world. You know, you're not nobody.
Okay, so it's about harnessing talent. It's about harnessing talent.
Jamaican band. If you got a World Cup, if you play a World Cup before, if you're more qualified, we do not care. If you don't win the JPL, you're not nobody.
Okay. Okay.
That is what the conversation is within that box. There's a box that has been created, and these are the qualifiers. If you know win the JPL, you can't go. You're not supposed to go because you're not familiar with the local team. Cool?
Yeah. Okay.
So as I continue, so this man create a position and put himself into a position.
Okay.
Created and put himself in a position right beside the coach. Now, here's where it gets really, really strange. Now, the coach when Curacao beat Jamaica, their head coach was not here. Who took over? It was their assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Good. Jamaica did not qualify automatically to the World Cup. And our coach left. Who is supposed to take over? Even though me not rate him, but who is supposed to take over? Like the assistant coach.
Yes, the assistant coach. But more likely...
if you want continuation, and you want the person, you go to the next in line.
Yes, the continuation means everything is there, and you just add something else to it, and it continues. So if we hear that they get rid of Miran,
Miran God is supposed to have decided because he's the next in line, but they've overstepped him, and this man who create a position for, because I've never heard of an advisor to the coach. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe somebody in comments can correct me, but I've never heard of a special advisor for the head coach in Jamaica's history. I've never heard of it. Maybe there was, and I don't know. I
don't think you had none at all, because the reason why I said it wouldn't. This was the first time they created that position. They created that position for him. Because remember when Rene Simons came in, because remember we had the board before to advise the coaches. And the managers. So it was a board advisory. It was a board advisory before. And before that, Rene Simons has full autonomy to do whatever he wants to do. So it's because of what Rene Simons did before, and they never really like it. They wanted to have more control. Because Rene Simons was starting to turn to more overseas players and less local players because he was going with the trend. So they made sure the next time, so just like how Mr. Speed speaks, nobody can come back and do what Schaefer's did. Because he doesn't really rate Schaefer's. Thought that he was bringing in too much overseas players. But sadly, that's the only time they said Jamaica play football with sense. You understand me? So clearly, it's a correlation with the actual quality and qualified people. You understand me? But him saying don't like him. Him said that on my show. You understand me? So that is, and nobody will come in the country and do things like this. So they put that in place. That's the first body to make more decisions. And then now he realized that even that can't work because the coaches them still find ways to connect with the players them and get them in just the same. So they make sure they put an advisor now to the rules. So you are going to know what to do from day one. And you can't do else. You understand me? So it's a more than control environment. Look at where Jamaica coming from 1998.
So that's what I was gonna get to. So what you're saying to me is that the formula that worked for Jamaica, they took out that formula and put in a different formula.
Yes.
Which hasn't worked for 30 years.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So good luck with that. As I always say, the JFF will always find a way out to F things up. So,
yes, you did right. You were right. But you got caught up in the hype of the cocoa juice. You know?
Yeah, no. I don't caught up in the hype. I'm always going to believe that my team is going to qualify. I'm always going to absolutely believe that Jamaica is going to qualify. That's what I believe. And up to the point of Curacao, I believe that even on the night, even in the last minute, even when the penalty was not given, I was confident that we were going to qualify.
Okay.
Because there are things that I look at and it's beyond belief, and this was one of those moments that was beyond belief. I mean,
okay.
the script was written for Jamaica to qualify for the World Cup. But that's easy.
At the start, Jamaican Guna. At the start, when the draw put together for Jamaica to qualify.
Look, as I said, and then people keep on saying that, and they say, oh, the choice is rigged. So it's rigged for Jamaica to qualify.
Yes,
okay?
But once the football started to play,
no South Americans, no Central Americans. Sorry, no Central American team. The three big guns them are out of it because they are hosting. So we have the three big guns them host. Panama is out, Costa Rica, Honduras, all inside the way where probably would have given trouble.
Yes,
they are out. So we only got Caribbean teams to beat up.
Yes.
Right? Wow, Caribbean teams to beat up. Here's what may even worse than that now. Boop. Caribbean teams to beat up. The man them say, yeah man, a soup group this. Soup group. So everything's supposed to smooth sailing. Our World Cup qualifiers with one game in hand. Now that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to reach at the World Cup with one game in hand. We can feel all the weeks and all the local vibes in the stadium. That's what's supposed to happen against Curacao. It didn't play out that way. Because these guys found a way out to insert them. There's a word that starts with S, and it have T behind it, and it have I, and it end with G. Self. Them man insert themselves into this formula and decide that they're gonna mess it up. Because I don't think a lot of these guys, because let me be straight, I saw an interview with a specific person, and he said specifically that he's more interested in selling players, in developing and selling players than he's interested in World Cup. World Cup is not all that. You know what I mean? I'm more interested in developing
yes,
players.
he did say that. Mr. Speid did say that. He did say he prefer to sell a player than to make the World Cup.
Yes, so when you hear people coming in the system, which are so
I'm hoping someone asked him that at the first press conference in Jamaican Guna.
So why put up himself? No, I see an interview. I didn't say a press conference. I saw interview.
No, I'm saying his first press conference. I hope someone asked him that if he changes from selling a player before making a World Cup. Because obviously you're taking the games them to go to the World Cup, right?
So why that's what I'm saying to you. Why did he insert himself to coach the team to the World Cup? If he just load that and just focus on selling players. Why you want make me run and take the side, bro? Make me run and take. I'm my next in line. I won't even know rate. I don't know what this guy is there for. So be honest with you. Maybe it's just there.
Please, someone that's watching. He had made that statement about selling a player before making. You rather sell a player than to make the World Cup. So if he took the job to make the World Cup, someone ask him if he shares that same sentiments. Someone go in the chat and just ask him that in the press conference. I'm hoping that they open it and someone ask him that and hear how he's going to respond.
Yeah, because why would you want to?
Good one, Jamaican Guna. Good one, Jamaican Guna. Good one, Jamaican Guna. That would be good.
You know, so that's what I'm asking. So this guy, as I say, he engineered his way out to be the national coach of Jamaica. Now, here's where it get really complicated again. This guy is the guy who appointed the coaches. So he appointed Miranda around all of these coaches coming up the line. Maybe two coaches. I think he was around Al Grimson. So he was around Al Grimson and he was around McLaren. Yet still, when you're going to have an interim coach to coach 2 games maximum, you don't have this guy. Right? You don't have this guy. You get rid of this guy, and then you're looking at another guy from who is a better coach, and who is the guy who's supposed to be in the Jamaica system all along. But because you want to look good, you are drafting the best people available to make you look good. Right? So that's just weird. Why you don't have Miran Gardner as your assistant coach? You know what I mean? That's the question I want to ask. Why you don't have Miran Gardner? Why you looking for a Coley to come be your assistant? Why you didn't have Miran Gardner as your assistant? Because you are the person who appoint coaches, you know? Then you appoint yourself. So the man appoint himself and the man advise himself.
Yeah. Jamaica.
The man appoint.
Yeah, finish up because the people will terrorize the line.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. Let's make a wrap up now. So what I'm saying is this: I have a radical proposal, right? And I said this on my Instagram. I have a radical proposal that all of these English-based players, all these players who are born in England, should just leave the side alone and retire from international football as it relates to Jamaica side. Give a 2-year break. I think most of Jamaicans would be very happy and celebrating with champion popping if they collectively come out and say, hey, I am no longer going to represent Jamaica for the next 2 years. I will allow the local talents to do their thing. I think in that 2 years break, we don't want English players, right? That's the narrative that I see online all around. And I think a lot of people will be happy with that. Because me personally, I would like to see it. It's radical, but I would like to see it. I would like to see a Jamaica team with no England-born players in it, just local-born players only. I would like to see that team for the next 2 years. You know what I mean? And I will leave it with that. As it relates to the appointment of this brother engineer himself to be the Jamaica coach, and he's continuing to engineer himself to be the Jamaica coach. And he should not be the Jamaica coach, especially when we're trying to qualify for a World Cup, and we have 2 more games remaining. He should just build and go and sell some players and allow somebody who actually wants to go to the World Cup to do it. With that, I'll say I bid you farewell.
All right, respect, big boss. All right, guys, I'm only going to do a few. I'm going to do what we're on 40 plus minutes. Guys, we are on 60 likes. We have 200 people here. Get the likes up to 100. We're going to do like maybe 1 hour 20 minutes. So I'm going to do like 30 more minutes. So let me just take the calls then. 1 second, guys. I'm going to call you back. Just give me a chance to call you back. But let me call you back. I'm going to call back each person. I have to call. 1 second. I have to call back each person in time. I'm going to call you back in a row. Just give me a second. All right. Just give me a second. I'm going to call you back. Yes. First, I will check it. Yeah. I'm trying to call back everybody in a row and finish it up. Yeah, I'm so finished. Why are we not getting anybody? All right, let me try call. So why am I calling them and nobody answering? All right, let me use my data. Okay, the data will be better.
Hi, good day, Daddy. How are you?
How are you doing, man? I got a call from you, so I'm just returning the call first. All right. How are you doing?
Very short. I'm actually not a fan of Mr. Speid, but I'm just gonna argue for him just a little bit.
Okay.
So, if you're in an organization, right? Sure, nobody enters an organization just to stay the same position that they entered the organization at. So, I'm thinking that Mr. Speid is just trying to, have a lot of ambition and trying to self-actualize and retire that he did everything in football. That's my 2 cents on that.
Lovely.
Right?
Yeah.
The next is, as an organization, you have to make strategic decisions. And I have a question for you, since you're a coach, right? Would you take this position that Jamaica is in right now? Would you take up that role to coach a side for 3 months?
Well,
with this current position that you're in now, would you take that job, knowing that your contract ends March 31st, 2026?
No, you have to look at everything, and it couldn't be. I couldn't, and that's why I'm surprised, because the guy left a day and a half ago. How is it you are going to take a job instant after? That it takes a while, because you have to go through a lot more things. Remember, you have to have a system. You have to set up, and people have to approve that system. That's how coaching world goes. That's why I'm surprised how these people go about doing things so fast. So Mr.
Okay.
Speed, so who approves Mr. Speed's coaching overall format? And
Okay.
all
So
he knows is it's going to work with the players. That's what I'm trying to say. So who approved these
oh,
things in 1.5 day? So that's the whole point. So you can't. I couldn't jump to accept that because I have to send in what type of football I play, what player pool you have, how it's going to work out, and what type of Because remember, you have to when anything you do, you have to leave an impression. Because they say they want
right.
continuity. They say they want continuity. So I have to have something to continue on. So they have to pass
I,
what I'm doing. They can't just hire me instant. You understand me? That would have taken a long time. So for me, I wouldn't take a job as a coach. I got it in 1 day. That tells me they don't have any vision, and I have to come and make a vision, and more like it's going to be problematic because when I have to search for my players to fit my vision, they might not work with it. And that's what happened to Jamaica team 2 times in a row because they don't check their philosophies. And when they do come in with their philosophies, they are trying to put people into their philosophies and it's not accepted. You understand me? So I wouldn't
mhm.
take that job. And any coach in Belgium wouldn't take it either. Because the way it's gonna
Awesome.
go, it's not gonna take over 1 day. No professional coach will take
No.
a job over 1 day. It doesn't happen. So that's why when
Okay.
Mr. Speed would have known that if he was in a professional setup.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Remember that Mr. Speed is also within the organization. So if you are not going to take the job, and nobody in Belgium will take the job, and no sensible coach will take the job, then you'll have to understand that the decision that the organization will have to take would have been one where somebody has to take one for the team. And who best to take one for the team than the same guy who've been hiring all these coaches that we've been failing all the time. So I think that his head should be on the chopping block. I think everybody should be rejoicing that this guy is at the head. So we know can tell him that,
Mm-hmm.
bro, you went into the organization, you did everything, you failed at everything, you failed at
Mm-hmm.
picking the coaches. Now you're gonna fail at being the head coach.
Okay.
Hopefully, it doesn't fail because I want Jamaica to to advance. But
Thank you very much. You
I'm
see,
just saying
that's
that.
what Carla. See what you're doing now. We
Mhm.
have something. We have something which is a job. Which is a job. We have one spare month to figure out a coach. Why we did it in 1.5 day? Because what you did now, is to say that because he's already there, he has the nation. So why you couldn't just wait until the 15th and pick the coach from the 14th? So you have 2 weeks to send it into people that's accredited, can get the job done, assessing proper coaches, and then pass them. So you see what I'm saying, Big Boss? So the time
Yeah,
was
but guess
there.
what? I have an answer for that. If I'm hoping that the Jamaican Football Federation has competent people, they would have made strategic decisions before time, regardless. So we might, in our minds as fans or people watching, we have to understand that organizations have strategic decisions that they have already planned out months ago.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hey, if we don't qualify or if we go to the playoff, this is what's going to happen. I think that regardless of whether or not Steve McLaren had qualified us or not qualified us, his role would have ended on that very day because you
Okay.
were hired to either bring us
And
to World Cup.
Carla, you listen to the president and you listen to Mr. Speed. And that's why I am still refusing to say Mr. Speed is a bright person. I'm still refusing to say that. Have you ever heard them talk about strategical plan past 2 weeks? Be honest. Like
Well,
every time you hear them
no,
talk.
I heard, but I mean that's internal stuff. We're not gonna hear it.
Um,
I'm just
Carla,
trying to
Carla,
be.
Carla, come on, man. When you go to work, Carla, internal stuff that should be shared between the manager and the owner of the business. The way they
Yes.
talk to you, you don't have a hint what they're going to do, Carla. Be honest to
Well,
yourself.
I, they don't talk to us as if they know what they're doing.
So
So
why
I'm
oh
not gonna.
so why are you I know you're playing the devil's advocate, but why are you
Right.
thinking that why are you thinking that they have anything planned? They literally told me and everybody that they never had anything planned. Even the letter they said they had nothing planned, and they're planning thing now. So it's hard to argue a point that they have answered already. They literally says that they're gonna plan things out now. You know why? They're gonna try and call assistant coach. Try and call a coach to get him on the assistant side. That guy came on a day before and said that he's gonna put his hat in the race. So it's a day before they knew that guy would have been available for the main job. So now they're gonna try and call his agent to try and convince him to a assistant job role. So that sounds like they had a plan 2 weeks ago or 3 months ago.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be. I'm arguing on that one based on what we're seeing. No, but hey, all I'm saying too is that the best coach in Jamaica right now is who?
The best coach in Jamaica right now, that's in the JPL. The Raider Marker, I think, would be up there as one of the best coaches in Jamaica. It should be the head of Kingston Academy, so he should be the best coach in Jamaica. Yeah. Tappa, registered coaches that's playing games in Jamaica, like main games. So I would say Tappa would be the best coach, because based on what I'm seeing, Tappa seems to be putting everything together for the last 4 or 5 years. Obviously, Mr. Speid won some finals, but if you had watched the games, you would say that structured between the midfield, defensive third to the attacking phase, it seems like Papa got it better. Obviously, some would say that Tappa had the better players, so maybe we could argue that. But Mr. Speid chose to have the young players them, so maybe he's a person that likes to look for excuses. So he chose the young players then because he told me that he can use any player and win the Premier League. That means he doesn't respect the other coaches them. So you can't use it as an excuse now when you use it and lose to them badly. You understand?
That is true. But the most decorated coach in Jamaica right now is Rudolph Speid.
No, I don't think so. You have a lot of other coaches. No, UFC is not the most decorated coaches. All right. So
who's the most coach?
No, the recently most decorated coach. You see, what I realize, what I realize with you, it looks like you get some. You're around the space from the other day, and you saw his name called a lot more. So you get a new respect for him because you just start to know about him. You have coaches in the Jerome with them, my boy that coached CC. All of those persons win more Premier Leagues, more schoolboy leagues, more everything. Brother, Mr. Speid is not the most decorated, brother. And
you are the one who argues about football education. So you cannot.
But he's no. Well, Tappa and Mr. Speid have the same license. So what are you talking about now? You never know that.
Those two last names I meant. I said win more championships. Tappa, I actually respect Tappa because I think he has the longest win streak in Jamaica's history. So definitely. But I just don't think they're gonna give him the job again. So I mean, hey, we just have to work with what we have right now, and I think no, as you just said, no sensible coach in the world would take this position right now. And I think, hey, let him go. Let's see what he has to do.
All right.
Let's hope that there's play for him. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
All right. Which is fair. Thanks for calling in. All right, I'm going to take the other calls in, but I'm moving people, so give me a second because I'm going downstairs. All right, one second, guys. Jumma, lock the door, please. Oh my God, the guys them can't give me an opportunity to reach downstairs. They're not. I said, give me a second, people. I am changing my office. I'm changing my office, people. Give me a second. I am changing my office. People, I am changing my office. give me a second. Give me a second, please. And I'm not going. I'm going to take the calls in order. You can't call in last and get. No, I can't do that. Give me a second. I'm going to call you back. Give me a second. Let me call you back. Let me call back this person, and I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna give. Give me a second. Let me do them in order, people. All right, just give me a second, big people. Yeah, hello, good day. Give me a second. I'm just trying to get everybody, but I had to call back in order. So everyone, just listen. I was calling back in order. All right. Yes. Let me get my computers on.
No problem.
Yes. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You next up. All right. So, how you doing, big boss? Which side you take on this matter? I love that call because he gave me a different side. He said he wants to my belly is not full up, man. That's all right. He said he wanted to take the side of Mr. Speid. Are you going to go that same side as well?
So first, my call because of the reason why you put up the phone number on the screen, which is talk about the midfield.
Okay, you want to talk? You don't want to talk about the okay. The top.
Bro, nobody can defend Speid, but man, anybody defend Speid, I'm a Speid friend. So I never got a road there.
Okay.
All right. So we talk about midfield. That's the reason you say. All right. So cool. All right. So midfield is very important. Aside the brain and
yes, not me. The actual qualification said so. Not me.
Yeah, that's right. It's also the engine of the team. All right. Now, when we look at Jamaican midfield, and the brain and the engine, it's not robust, and that is why it not exist at all when we are playing matches. We cannot be physical in the midfield. We cannot press nobody or out press nobody. Right? And we are not in passes. So it basically come like existing at all. Get me I say, right?
Yeah.
So we decided to play even long ball football is a brain football. You cannot play long ball brainless because if you kick the ball long, you must expect the player that you're kicking it to is going to try and win it. And if it doesn't win the first time, the second ball, you need to get at the second ball.
Yeah,
and that's what the midfield is supposed to be there to do. If the midfielder try to get the second ball, how we going to win any ball at all? That's the problem with the Jamaica team. We have to play long ball.
Good point.
We have to try to play long ball football. And now with midfielders, them now with no second ball. Them now out muscle nobody. Them now out press nobody.
So you're saying the system that he's trying to implement, which is to use the midfield as screeners to defenders, they're still not getting even the second ball. So you don't believe in that system. Right. None at all, because even what he did it for not working.
It's incomplete because there's nobody there to basically cover up for complete it. Nobody win the second ball. You know why Tappa football might seem a little better?
Yeah.
Because what Tappa just said, you want players that are going to run, same pick speedy them and them. They're not winning football, but they run the whole game. So at least have an engine in our system.
Yeah.
Jamaica now, many even know what we are doing. We just the players in the midfield, just a turn and a spin. Then now come for the ball, them now not the ball together, and then now press nobody. The matter of fact, them unfit. We have unfit midfielders. All them are going to press somebody. We have players that are not playing in our midfield, are playing a limited amount of time, or are they fit to press anyone? They are not even big play. Well, Russ is big, but he's unfit. You know what I mean? And about that fact, Russ get picked a lot because he's one of the only players them where when the ball kick long,
him have the ability, him have the size to get the ball. So that's what Carla, you're right. And that's the reason why them pick Russ because them like the big, fast and strong, but Russ is slower than what they would have liked, but he's big and he has a good engine to get into the areas them to mop up their deficiencies. So you're right, you're right. That's why they always put him on the field, because they always want that Fellaini type or the second ball person, because they just want to believe in that long ball. So I do agree with you. But you have any solution like you don't think this can work? We have to just scrap everything and go to the drawing board back again with a proper plan.
Since we're going to the Speid argument, let me just give my take on that. There's a Speid and but on the Jamaica side, none at all. Right? If Speid got hire Coley as assistant, just hire Coley and done as a coach.
Yes, I agree. And you be the advisor then. Since you just desperately want to have a position, be the advisor, because we don't want to look at your face on the
No, we
camera.
don't want.
You know?
Alright, give him that then. Because we don't want him to be no advisor, none at all. But since you want to give him that. Bro, speed football is terrible, you know, bro.
No, that's what I was saying. But Speed, new husband in the chat. Call what name? Docklands Tenet. He's just fighting, saying that I'm eating on Speed and Mr. Results alone do things. You understand me? And I said, but okay, the man get better results of lately. He doesn't want to hear that either. So you have some man, you can't. You have some man. They just want to be a man for the next man. So Dockland just want to be the man for Speed, you know?
As I said earlier in the show, you know, you have some people on YouTube and on the radio and all them places that them a friend thing. They are all rubbing hands and all, you know?
Yeah, man.
In agreements with them are doing.
Say,
because there's no way a man can support if you can coach his side. My brother Speed, what? Speed I feel from 15 and not specifically him himself, you know, but irons, weird coaches that I feel. So yeah, if you are hired coaches, let me say you can't say a good coach for hire. So what you are going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah, man.
You're not going to give the job and step aside, man.
Yeah,
Just
man.
do that for Jamaica.
Agreed.
Fans them eat the country no more.
Yeah.
Lessons.
But we have to show respect to the fans them from YouTube and maybe Instagram and them places. Really see people disrespect them. And you know why I know this is a rigged thing? Because the fakest place, you know. The fakest place. Carla, we're going to take the next call. Let's give you a chance to finish now. Like people not listening to the show. Not you, man. No, don't hang up. We're going to finish one first. Then we go to the other. So what I was trying to say, JFF is so fake. They saw the outrage on the people. They don't want to post anything on Instagram. Because this what they're going to get on them. They try to avoid it. So that's why they gave people to put it out. So their minions run out and put it out in the Gleaner and put it out everywhere else. Instead of actually them putting it out so they can gauge the masses. Because if you're doing something for the people, because it's the people's team, don't. Why the people can't have a say on it? Why you can't take feedbacks from the people? They never wanted to post it. They don't want to post it.
Them can't escape it anyways, you know, because all of them are going to make the fans and the country more.
And,
all right, I'm disappointed.
And every comment I saw, nobody said Mr. Speed deserved the job. Not one person. That's why my title was this. The man that nobody wanted, because what I'm looking at is everybody telling me that they don't want him. How you feel as a human being? Like you sit down in yourself, Mr. Speed. I spoke here a few times on my platform and a few times off the platform. You have to feel bad that someone don't want you for a job. Everybody don't want you for the job. I think you should not take it, blood. Just be responsible. You have a nice daughter. You have a family. You can't do your family these bad things, man. Just don't take it, man. Just tell them you don't want it and you just leave. You never knew that Jamaican people ate it this much. And you should have known, you know, because you keep a game and it's 10 people in the stadium. And when Messi came to the stadium, they cheer for Messi and his team. You should have known that they never like you, but you thought that Messi was a big star. Well, now you get the answer that they don't actually like you. So just leave it alone, big boss. I'm giving you a good message. Yeah, Carla, finish up on... I had to give him that message, you know, because maybe him can't see it.
Pride, right, it's a pride or everything, you know. I don't Speed can step beyond him pride to just step down and just say, all right, make Holy go. I don't think him have that name. But I hope. But I'm not for sure, so I guess man is a call to come in and say what about to say. All right, blessings.
All right. Beer back, you're here. All right, let me call Olympic man back again. Because Olympic man, give me a chance to make the other man him talk, you know. Because I tell Olympic man that I'm going to call back everyone in order. Yeah. Let me try to get Olympic man. Olympic, I'm not hear Olympic man. Is he on? Hello, Big Boss, how you doing? Sorry for the long wait, but remember we said we were going to do it in order. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I know a lot of people are calling, so I said, boy, I probably never get a chance. A long time I'm not calling by
Yeah, but I've not done call-ins. I just said maybe this is something that people want to voice their opinion. So if you guys can tell Mr. Speed something, because he loves to watch everything and he's in the chat watching now, you know. So
I will watch, man.
No, he's gonna go. He has a very thin skin, believe me. So he's gonna go around and watch everything everybody says about him. But
Yeah,
surprisingly,
if you know what the
after
people
having
must
a
say.
after
But
having a thin skin, I think he should act on the thin skin. You know?
the problem is Jerry. I don't think he go up on it because him have a thin skin. But I think his greed and his pride is way more thicker than the thin skin. So I don't think he might go give up the job because if that was the case, he would have already given up the job as it on the technical committee a long time ago. Um, it's I have so much on my mind that I would like to say, but I guess I'll just say that honestly, I don't. I'm not a pessimistic person, but to how me see the federation I go right now, it's me lose hope. Me feel like me lose all hope in the Jamaican football because for me the biggest problem, just like Liam Bailey said, like everybody has always been saying, the biggest problem in Jamaica is the federation. JD, see how many times them change coach over the past years,
Yes.
yet still the federation is still the same. No, if you keep on firing, if an organization keep on getting worker, and every time the worker them leave, or them have to fire the worker over and over and over and over again, wouldn't it be time for the organization to kind of look within and ask themselves some organizational question? What if the question is not are not the workers that we're hiring? What if there is some internal issues that we're having that we need to sort out so that workers can stay, or so that when the workers come into the work environment, they will have a better work environment to perform their job so that the
Carla,
organization can have
Carla,
success.
that's what we are saying. What is the rush? You saw an article came out giving the organization so much bad name. Why you don't sit down and say, we have a proper system going at these people the next time? I want to show Jamaican people that we love them. So we are doing everything to improve. You rush into
JD,
something else
that
for we to eat you more. You know?
that is what the entire Jamaica would like to see. The entire Jamaican diaspora would like to see these people. The other day I was watching a show, and I heard, I didn't hear it from Speed's mouth, but I heard they were quoting that Speed said that he was a nationalist. Now
Yes,
tell me something.
I heard it from his own mouth. Yes, he said it. He said
If
that.
and and him have the audacity to say him is a nationalist when he's him sit down there in the program, I bring down the Jamaica football program and I destroy the country, and then you call yourself a nationalist. That you're gonna do. If you think that you're a nationalist and you want to do what needs to be done to help the country, then leave the football alone because your contribution is not working. You've hired so many coaches that have failed, and some of the coaches they're not as terrible as we think, because look at Hal Gibson, for example. We know a lot of Jamaican don't like them, but the other day I was watching one of your show the other day, and you were looking, and he make himself to the playoff in a very very difficult zone, and he went and he got the players that he wanted, and he's doing well.
And
No, the thing is,
and Carla, add this tweet as well. He told McLaren that he wasn't going to last 2 months.
oh my goodness,
Yeah. Or
I
maybe
was,
you missed that show that we did. We
no,
did a show the other day
I,
with an article came out, and
I,
I know that I knew that they had a phone call because the first press conference he had, he stated that he had a long good phone call with Mr. Algrimson. Yes. And now we know what that phone call was about because he called asking things, trying to get his database and everything, and how to get the best out of the team. And remember, after the second press conference, everything changed. The guy came in so happy, talking about what he's gonna do for Jamaica. And the second interview, he's just looking at this and said, "Yeah, people, the island have a lot of good players because when I did my FIFA thing, I had a chance to see
yeah.
them, and I'm going to try and incorporate them in it." And then he said, "Simon, how much players you said is on the list?" And yeah, that's how the second one went. If people remembered well, it's on the internet. Go and check them. And the pastor came here and said, "Look, they broke the coach already." And everyone jumped on Pastor. And now we are proving that Pastor was so right. I saw it a long time that Pastor was so right. But Pastor was so right. And it was so obvious. It was so obvious because the man came in and started talking about how much players he contacted and everything. That's why he never wanted to contact anybody after that. That's why he never
Yeah,
wanted to contact anybody after that, because you're telling him what to do when you give him a job. And obviously see, maybe he starts to
Yeah.
reflect on what Mr. Algrams has said to him. So now we understand why he never had any interest, because they broke the man from the first day.
The first day come to her careers. But you know, I think I realized long time ago, and I did call you about this topic. So I think about 2 years ago, about this big, fast, and strong mentality where Jamaican have. It's one of the things that annoys me most about our thinking, because I hope a lot of Jamaican people are listen to me. People me are big, we not get after this mindset when you think that every Jamaican big, fast, and strong. You see both big, fast, and strong. Oblique civil fast. Shelly and Fraser fast. We have a lot of fast people in the country. But it means that everybody in the country fast people. It don't mean that everybody in the country big, fast, and strong. Because if Jamaican travel the world, we realize that I know we are the tallest people in the world. There's a lot of country we have people with giant. You got Germany, you find some people big and
Yes.
heavy over there.
The biggest
You have,
people,
and
the biggest people in the world is actually Netherlands. Beside me
yeah,
and South
uh-huh.
Sudan. South Sudan has the highest average set of player people. Like you have one town that is from 6'4" to 7 to 8'1". So those are the two biggest
Oh my
places
God.
on earth.
And
Yes,
and certain countries in Africa too.
And Jamaica is not on
Jamaica is
any
not
one of
even
them.
close. It's
Ja
not even
Entertainment,
close.
Netherlands is actually a bigger set of people than Sudan, but because they are over at a wider population, that's why. But South Sudan
And
City is like that. The core is the tallest. Yes, that is accurate.
no, Jerry, you know why I mentioned that? Because I am very, very, very convinced that that is what is destroying our football. Because first of all, for our football to have a future and to build somewhere, we need to start from the fundamentals. And the
Mm-hmm.
fundamentals is in the mindset. You need to first believe in yourself and know what your strengths are and what you're capable of, and then
Okay.
you build from there. But if
Mm-hmm.
we're deceiving ourselves, which is completely deceiving ourselves, telling ourselves that we're faster than any other nation, when we have a few athletes who are fast than other people, is not the entire nation, and we're deceiving ourselves, telling ourselves that we're bigger than any other nation when it is a lie, then we bring that to the football field, and the evidence is there. We don't win first ball, we don't win second ball. When the era ball them come, we're not winning them. Jamaica now outrun anybody when on the football field. I don't see any of that happening. So here the problem now. I have a theory. You see, I think that this theory, I think a speed are the main one behind all this, because Speed is so conceited that he love to hear his name Speed. And so because him love to hear him name Speed,
From
he,
me, it's going to be give him so much blame. Um, I never really heard him joint all three of them together. I think Meron Garden is the Meron Garden and Mr. Butler are the two
yeah, I was
individuals
gonna mention
that push that narrative more than anybody else.
that
So
push that narrative,
yes,
and then we can't let it go, and that's been
yes.
going on
So
for many years because
Meron Garden, I would say was the biggest problem. Meron Garden, I would say. But definitely,
yeah, man, because
Mr. Speed talks about it. Don't get me wrong, he talks about it
no
because
man, he talk
when he
about
was
it a lot, man.
describing
Him always,
the wing plays,
yeah,
that's what he talks about. But what they kept not wanting to say, people, and I'm going to say it today. I want you to clip me. What they don't want to tell you, they are trying their best not to tell you. Why they keep on saying we don't have any midfield is the same reason why they keep on picking these same players from the ghettos, because they don't think we are bright enough people. The same man them, that is picking the youths them, don't believe they are bright enough people. Because remember, as what we said, it's your brain developed midfielders. So they don't think the guys them are educated
yeah,
enough as people, not just footballing intelligence and what you learn in your footballing class, like educated enough to
yeah,
have all the information stored in their head and go out there and as the second coach on the field. They don't believe
yeah,
we
man,
have the ability to do so. That's what I
because
think. That's why they have not actually built our midfielders up, and we try to avoid midfielders over the years. They don't actually believe in the youths them, and that is very sad. That is very, very sad.
yeah.
That's what
So
they
it
want
goes
to tell
back
you
to what
now.
it goes back to what we talk about. I believe in a certain mindset and a lack of belief in a certain other mindsets. Because true, we believe so we fast, we kick over the ball and we hope so we will catch it because we believe that, and then every time we hear Craig Buckler talk about it just annoys me. And the coach himself, he bought into it, and every coach that they bring to Jamaica, I feel like in the interview they ask them the question, what is our strength? And if the coach don't say speed, them not go hire him. Because Hal Gibbs, when not Hal Gibbs, McLaren, the other, you notice that in the final, closing of McLaren's coaching, most of the time when him ask Jamaica, when him ask him what is what is your plan, him always end up and it's always shutter too. Some shuttering word come out time out. We got to play to our strength, speed. You hear that before?
Yeah.
Him always say, we got to play to our strength, speed, and then them push this narrative, and then you ask yourself the question: where is the speed then and the feel when them kicking over the ball? Why aren't we winning the balls then when them kick over? Why is the speed not working?
Mr. Olympic man, the reason why the speed can't work, the fastest object on the field, that is the first thing you learn in any studies, any region, in Trinidad's license, whatever license. Nobody on the field can move faster than the football. So never try to outrun it. Work your system around the football. So everything what you do, you work it around the football. So if your players are fast, look, let me show you. Kenji Uri knew that he was faster than Lembekisa, right? So why he dropped two yards below Lembekisa, dropped his shoulder and played a 1-2 inside out to go back outside of him. You know why he did that? Because he wanted Lembekisa to stop completely. Because it's his plan in his own brains. When he plays the 1-2 inside, Lembekisa is going to come to him and he's going to move because the ball is going to already reach closer to King. And then he's going to beat both of them. Because none of them know what he's going to do because he has his own plans in his head. But you know what he did? He used the football. He's fast as the same, He could have run left Lembekisa, and then screw up with King and have to dribble past him. But he said, okay, I have too much education. So what I'm going to do is make sure my partner right there pass the ball closer to the King, but I'm going to make sure Lembekisa static because he's the faster one. Yeah. He's the faster one, so push it closer to him. Then I get around him because I don't have the ball. So I'm gonna move without the ball, then come and catch it before King, and then beat him, and then put it up on the top bins, and nobody can stop me. And I just beat two players because I am brighter than both of these players. Or those players have not learned the other side of the game to shut down those triangle traps or layoffs. You understand me? So the football and the point is the football moves faster than you could have moved because now you have two different speeds, and you have one person beats two different speed.
Yeah, and that is called intelligence.
Yes, football is intelligence, but you have to learn it from somewhere, Carla. You have to learn it from somewhere.
You have to learn it from somewhere, and that.
So if a next man tell you that Cephas faster than everybody else, you realize that's why Cephas kick the ball and run down the wing every time by himself because he was and he feels 95% of the time. He feels 95% of the time. But you know why? Because he wasn't taught about the actual functions of football. I've listened to
when I look on an intelligent footballer like Mbappe with speed, that is how you use speed. You realize how Mbappe play?
He creates the space and then run into it.
And then when you look on Cephas now do not Mbappe also
pass doesn't create the space. Cephas doesn't know what he's doing. He has anxiety on the football.
Him just feel like him has speed and him just need to go
because that's what he was that's what he was taught. So he has anxiety on the football. He has anxiety on the football. So every time he touches it, he can't stay calm. Because if you don't know something, you tend to want to make some irrational decisions very fast. So you just start to run. That's why you saw him run out of door A lot of times he runs out the door, he just kicks and can't catch it because he can't calculate the speed because he's not thinking in the moment. He just thinks something before, and obviously he had it subconsciously in his brain, so he just goes with the long kick and can't calculate anything. What Kenji Ore did, he had much more surrounding awareness to know that hold my head up on the ball. So that's the first thing he can do. Cephas can't hold his head up on the football. That means he can't control a football to the level of a high level player. So Conjure Ori hold his head up so he can see the next option. He knows he's so familiar with football. He knows how much step you have to take to him. He has no anxiety. So he knows if you sell yourself, I'm gonna play it one time and you're gonna get out of the party very fast. So that's the difference. And that's why I respected, Whisper so fast. Why I like Whisper before, and I told people he's gonna be the biggest player in Jamaica so fast because he could have dribbled without putting his head down. 99% of Jamaican footballers can't dribble without their heads down. They never do those training. That's why Whisper was the best player from his 15 years old, and I'm scouting him and looking at his movements. And I said this player will be the best player because he's big, strong, and actually skilled with the game intelligence because he has the fundamentals. And then he destroyed King the next week when he's 15 and a half years old. Um, and then people start saying, oh God, JD, he's very good. And then we did promote him, and then he went into Manicop and did what he did the year. Because he had those fundamentals. They don't learn these things. And that's what the coaches in Jamaica needs to stop run for instant gratification and literally just go out there and teach the guys them football. No winning, take away the goals, take away all those conversations. Just let them learn football. You don't want to get rich, you don't want to get nothing at all. You want to learn football. You come here to learn football. All right, so I want to learn to control, learn to pass, get out anxiety out of my football, so I know what I'm doing on the field. But I don't think footballers from Jamaica coming into any football place talking about they want to learn football. Everybody coming, they want to get rich like choppers because they need to be in parties to throw away money. So their actual principle for what they want to play football for is not just. It's not just. You understand me? So they don't love the game.
I think that's why we see what's happening right now with people appointing themselves, which is just so ridiculous. Because these
it's
guys
all about things. It's all about something you're benefiting from and not necessarily the game.
Them just want to make a short term.
Before the game said before the game said it well. The Jamaicans like to take from the game too much and don't want to give back anything.
Yeah, man, it is sad because if we had vision, we could have just looked at the long term thing. And if Jamaica flourish in football, Jamaica would have been a change place. And them same people there, where mash up the football, Mr. Speid and them people there, them would have reach bigger, them would have catch bigger fish if they would just hold out a little bit longer, be a little bit more patient, stop being so gravelicious, and just organize and plan things.
He can't. You know why? They don't believe in themselves. Mr. Speid, them don't believe in themselves. Notice how they talk about Mount Pleasant. Carla, notice how they talk about Mount Pleasant. They don't. Mr. Speid, all you think he has self-confidence, he doesn't believe in himself. Because when he win the league, you hear him start talking about and how rich they are and the poor people club win this thing, and he doesn't believe in himself. You know why? Because he knows that Mount Pleasant is coming down with education. So he knows his time is up. So he's trying to fast track things. So when you think if he was so confident that he can develop proper footballer, he wouldn't try to run to here. He wouldn't try to run here. No, it's because he knows his time is up in the Premier League because he's not going to win no more Premier League. It's not happening. The other teams that are catching up. The education that they try to give other people is working, and Mount Pleasant is definitely dominating because they're bringing analytics, and he doesn't want to spend any money. He wants to pick a bunch of young players that he can convince to sign for his club, and then as soon as they should get the second contract, he doesn't want to re-sign them. They have to go different places. So at some point, the money, sometimes that scam will actually run out.
I think the Jamaican people have to do with it too, and you talk about that too. We need to show these people that our tolerance for stupidity and incompetence is very low, and because the people hug up the narrative that they're actually teaching, and the people accept everything with them do, so them keep on doing it over and over again. And so I think that's one of our biggest problems: the lack of education from a lot of the football fans. The football fans, because most of the people we support the stupidity when they do, are the people that will only watch
the same league,
the same Premier League, But people watch international football and see what's going on around the world and see how football has progressed and developed and what's going on. Them not go accept them either narrative where Speid and the people them in JF are push. And so whenever they realize that the people settle down for the wishy-washy, leadership where them are given all them something, they more keep on doing it. So what Speid has just done, elected himself as he's a technical director and elected himself as a coach. That is conflict of interest. That shouldn't happen in the first place. And then what we're doing now is that we're voicing our concern, which is very good. But then the people in Jamaica need to do the same thing. And I them know so we're not putting on leaderness. Because we love football. Jamaica is a football culture. You understand? Every little street side I go on in Jamaica, you see people play ball over there. And football can change Jamaica. Look at all the
Carla, before you finish, people, that's why I said I love Mount Pleasant so much. They are changing. I knew a long time it was education we're lacking. From the first year I came to Belgium, I knew it was education we're lacking. So when I saw this man, it took a man that have nothing to do with our culture to come here and say, these kids need more education, because he knew what it takes for them to go further. And he's going to cheat the kids them. He's going to give them everything, Pastor. Make them go to school, make them do everything just to be the best version of himself. He will lose a lot of money, and he lost a lot of money when he just came here. But he still stuck with it and tried to give them the best option. So people, I'm telling you, I know love to pin on itself to the underdog and talk about sufferer. That's why Mr. Speid was trying to say that, because he wants people to jockey back onto his back to say that, oh yes, he's the underdog and all of something, and then come with him rich self and all them stuff. Then no, Mount Pleasant might be the only place creating human beings. I don't know what the other clubs them creating, because looking at King, I am not sure if he's a human being at this point. Whisper behave. Whisper is very talented, but his behavior is stink. Shaman Nicholson at the higher group is stink. You saw that. Look at the guys. Them. I'm gonna show you how intelligence and education have a lot to do with it. You saw that they behave much better. Blake came through the college system. You saw that Damien Lowe behave much better. You saw that they kept contract longer because they have the ability to fit in easier. I heard you guys making so much excuse for Dixon. Why he can't fit in here? He's cool. He's this. He's that.
And sometimes they even blame the team, the overseas teams. So the coach don't like him. And
everything we used to blame.
They blame everything except for the system where the player comes out of. But Jerry, I don't want to keep up so much longer. And I know that there's a lot of people who want to call, but let me just say one final thing, people. People, come on, people. Let's educate ourselves. I know this is JD's main team. Education. Education will take us a far way, people. So let's and also let's be more open-minded. Let's watch international football. Let's see what's going on around the world. And then we're gonna see that Jamaica football is way behind. Look at when the Jamaican Premier League team them go play up against a team in the MLS. For the other day when Jamaica play against Inter Miami. Look how inferior we look. That should teach us that Jamaica football is far behind. We shouldn't look so inferior inside of a federation where we're supposedly we're in the same federation. So when we go up against Inter Miami, even though we have big players, and it's not just Inter Miami. Every time Jamaica qualify to play against one of the team them in the MLS or in Mexico,
the game finished before it starts.
It's finished before it starts. Still the people them hold on to the same idiotness, the same idiot mentality. So people, we need to look into the very fiber of our ideology and start from there and stop accepting the stupidity that's coming from the JF and show them so we did better, people. Anyway, Jadit, thanks for accepting that.
Respect. All right, all right. So 1 second, let me take the next call. Yes, people 1 second, I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call back. 1 second, people. 1 second. Let me just finish my points now. Let me finish the points because I have to take comments in between your blood. All right. So yes, Caledonia is a decent team that tried to string as much passes together, but they don't have the quality as yet, or maybe they don't have the cohesion. I watched a game today, which is New Zealand versus them. They caused New Zealand all sorts of problems here and there. Maybe should have won a penalty. Referee never gave it to them. They still cleared a few balls off the line well. And my boy, the big human being, that big forward. Let me give you his name. He came from Newcastle, New Zealand. Castle, let me get his name because sometimes I'm forgetting the people I'm naming. Newcastle, New Zealand. What am I putting Newcastle? New Zealand. That big human name. He's so big, New Zealand, not rugby, football. Yeah, Chris Woods. Chris Woods gave them all sorts of problem. But they're a good team. They're a good team. They're not as bad as what I first thought. They are gonna do the basics, the fundamentals. The fundamentals. Next up, I don't know. I know I don't see an email, my brother. I will look at it after. All right, yeah. But this is not something that if it's anything about joining, this is not something that anybody else can join. But I will look for the email though. All right, thanks. Let me try and get my brother on. Because he said he's watching Charlton here, so it's a big improvement he's making here.
Yes, I'm JD.
Yes, big boss. I was trying to finish my point, that's why.
Yeah, in terms of the coaching appointment, right?
Yes. Which side are you taking on it?
Well, you see, the reason I'm only taking Miguel is because more somebody who can have the experience, because I still believe that the team can make it to the World Cup, but I believe maybe somebody with more expertise and experience can do it in a sense. Whereas Miguel, I know him have a higher life.
Go ahead. It's just someone calling the phone, which I think if you're on the call, on the live, you should see that someone is on the phone. Just give it a little time and then we will call it back. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so in recent years, to my knowledge, I think him coach first team, as in being the first team coach. So him not really tried and tested in that department, as an assistant. He has been an assistant. So what I just prefer somebody.
He did coach a few games. Remember, last year when they had some games, he did coach as a head coach in two spells he had since going into this region. Like around 3 to 4 games. I don't know if the actual coach was. I think one of the coach was fired and then he got a spell to keep it going. But he had 2 of those spells. So let me just put that in.
Not really a handful of them. Well, first of all, I never watched those games, so I can't judge him on that, But
I'm gonna try and
get the bulk of work. We know him not the bulk of work there, But I asked the question recently. You feel like Speid have Alzheimer's?
No, I just think they say a lot of things because they don't respect the fans. They don't think the fans actually have memory or education. I think they look down on people. My honesty, I think they look down on people and they don't think Jamaican people are smart enough to remember things and put them under pressure. I think they honestly believe so.
The second call he mentioned something, right? Which is important. We're like, them not even give themselves time to appoint the coaches. I say appoint the coach. Like in a 1.5 day, right? Now there was an article by the Jamaica Observer, right? Now listen to this. Speid I say, any coach who comes to the job, if they do not know everything about the team, they are probably not the person to employ. So when we do the interviews, we will ask if they know anything about the team and if they know the players. Speid noted. And any coach that wouldn't have come that prepared probably shouldn't get the job. The problem should be familiar. Well, we need to read about it, but that's the main point I'm going to read, right? So my question to you is, between when McLaren was fired, right, up until when the so-called 10 applicants put them application in, you think they would have less than maybe 48 hours to construct everything for know about this Jamaican men's national team?
That was my point earlier on in the show. That's why I said that. That's why I said the time that they should have took like the 14 days, so they contact people, put everything on the table, because they are doing it for the best interest of Jamaica, and that's why it comes back to say that whatever they did wasn't for the best interest of Jamaica. It's them believing that they have nobody better for the job. It's not coming off to you like that. 433.
Yeah, because if me work on one company, right, and then fire me, me not go just while me I apply for jobs, right? Me I give myself time as I'm applying to gather information about the company that's me know. So when them call me in now, me can have information to present to them. You get me? I say,
Yeah.
no coach out there right now, we're unemployed. Is that like was at home before? Just I gather information about Jamaica, about them and no Shemar Nicholson and them strengths and weaknesses. You get me? I say, so them not give nobody enough time to gather information to say this is what I can present and this is my outline or a template of what I can bring to Jamaica. You get me? I say, so that statement in and of itself what Speid say is just nonsense. So when you look at it, the only individual we know about the team are two people, Meran and Speid. You see me? I say.
Yes,
And as a
agreed.
Jamaican gonna say, them bypass Meran. And I don't know how an assistant can do that under 3-4 coaches and not gather enough information or learn enough in order to be bumped up as the interim. You get me? I say?
Yes. So you are
because
saying.
I remember Speid them saying,
Yeah, go ahead.
why they put the local man there is to learn. You see me? I say and develop. But it clears them not learn or develop under at least two.
You have to assume that's the case, because clearly he forgot all of those. That's why I said he has Alzheimer's. Well, at this point, remember, you have to add that to it, when he said he rather sell a player than make it work up, that's what he said, So if he rather sell, so put all of these statements together, I think you might, you know what, we have to give 433 more credit, man. You might get the answer, he might have Alzheimer's, He might, so they need to check. They need to send Mr. Speid to the doctor before they give him the job. I hope they actually do so. It's good for the man health people.
Maybe when you hold so much positions, you can't retain so much information or things where you say in the past. They get me, so because you have so much information I go inside of your brain and come out of your brain that you can't remember what you say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you need to start like work less jobs or hold less positions, so you can remember the things you say.
Well, 433. Me and you don't have 5 work. You understand me? The maximum we can have is 2. We normal work and then YouTube, or we normal school and YouTube. The fact that he wants to have 9, it tells you why he can't remember nothing. So,
but I think when you look at it, and I don't know if we can take Dukan serious, because Miriam mentioned something about EU license and how Algrimson come and run left the job on McLaren. Well, to be honest, I think for what Algrimson did, I think he had a little bit of success, and the man stated that he left because of the environment. When McLaren called him, he said, brother, you're not going to spend more than 2 months on the job. McLaren eventually spent more than 2 months, but even him left the job as well. And I don't think McLaren left because, he just draw to Curacao and never qualify. I feel as if he had won that game and qualified, he would have left because the environment was so bad.
Yes.
This man is coming from a professional environment, and the man come and Jamaica and start pay for people hotel and flights and these things. You know what I'm saying? That's not good for anybody.
And he keeps on asking for things and they keep on not giving him. Because when you see the recruiting thing that we were talking about and said that he wasn't recruiting, I start to hear from people, because obviously things start to come out now. He was trying to recruit, but remember when he came in with that same attitude as Al Grimson, after that phone call, he shut down early on because they called him the day after. They brought him on a corner and started to change his thought process on what he came here for. And you can't do a man that, you can't sign a man that on the job and then do it to that. Because some people, the hatred that we have for McLaren, it starts to change when I'm starting to hear things. All right.
And I think more things will come out as well when him eventually speak, because when Al Grimson kind of leave him, they kind of talk a little bit, So I think McLaren will eventually speak as well sooner rather than later, So what I'm trying to say to Dukan is like, you have multiple coaches within the region who qualify for work up with EU license. So I'm not really get what I'm trying to say. They made it. At the end of the day, God never just favor Jamaica more than anybody. We just have to work hard.
433. The man that beat us, the two man named Dino Ray and the advocate, they have UEFA A license, pro license.
Yeah, that may I say.
So the man will just beat us to go to the World Cup. No pro license him have. You want me read out how him come to
I remember saying the big boss never did the big boss the back in the Netherlands. So,
Yeah, but
before the game here, the Jamaican people say, oh, the big coach did this, so this I got playing on our favor, but it just because I didn't know.
433 is big. 433, they have amnesia as well. It was same. The Ore coaches Suriname and dominated Jamaica in Suriname. The 1-1 draw. It is same him. And he came and lost 3-1 in the national stadium when they hit down Bessiswar, their midfielder, when Kevin Lambert clock him out. They have amnesia blood. It's him, same one. He built Suriname and built Curacao, and then Dick Advocat come and take it over. So these men are educated people, brother.
My last point is that, whenever you try to cheat the system, especially a thing where you have to put in hard work and you have to have intelligence as well, you're not going to really have success in a sense. You know what I mean? So,
keyword, big boss. Keyword.
Well, the
cheat the system.
The JFF have to do better in terms of not trying to cheat the system, right? Do I believe that they will not try to cheat the system moving forward? No, because at the end of the day, are the same individual them, and they have been doing this for quite some time now. We're not really, change so we can say, all right, we can work with this. You know what I mean? So I just feel as if, as me always say, me ask individual people, if Jamaica can qualify for the World Cup, would them go support? So right now, as me tell you yesterday, I hate them gone over to, you see me? So
well, if I have so much teams to support, I have Curacao, I have 80 so far, and if I get Suriname, why is that? No, I've always covered Curacao. No,
but them gave citizenship.
No, they never gave me any citizenship, but because I was so close to Suriname, and Suriname is not there as yet. And Curacao beat Jamaica. I can't be disrespectful when I cover them at the start and don't cover them. I'll cover Curacao as well.
So you got about 3-5 team at World Cup.
Yes, I've always had 3-5 teams at the World Cup. Maybe you came on late on the internet in the blood. We have those videos on the internet. Look on the channel, man. But my older channel, you wasn't here when it got shut down. Yeah. So I have Curacao. I have 80. Nigeria is an embarrassment. Talking about Obia. Yo. Let me just continue, big boss. Let me just.
Then before the Jamaica game, the Jamaican people, the God-fearing Jamaican people, we have the most churches, right? I go say, what few Obia people there?
No, but Nigeria is an embarrassment. You have $500 million out of play on the field. Obviously, Congo value almost 200 million. That is true, but the 70 million half of them ballers wasn't there. And the man them dominate Nigeria, brother. I was there, and after 20 minutes, Nigeria went up 1-0 after 20 minutes. And I'm saying Nigeria not winning this game. My video is there. Nigeria not winning this game, blood. These men are cardios.
It was a good performance.
Yeah, man, disrespect, man. And this clown ass coach talking about Obi. Yo, some of them coaches in the blood. Oh, them get jobs.
When him again, the former Chelsea got to talk about it. But him that laugh about it, him say just ridiculous.
Yeah, but all them get jobs. Oh, you can come up and say to a nation, you saw a man a sprinkle something and him work voodoo, say you have to rush him. You're Jamaican, you're rush, man?
But man, I got left with this still.
All right, big boss. Respect, yeah? All right.
Yeah.
All right, so that was people. Hold on. The man them now work with the actual thing, man. People, this is the last call I'm gonna take, yeah? Yeah, because I'm over my hour. Hello, good day.
Yeah, what going on, boss?
Yeah, man, you're calling a few times, but someone else on the phone, and I can't throw them off.
Yeah, man.
I was going to call you that instant, you know?
Yeah, man, give a thanks. Yo, Bridget, me I listen to you, brother.
Yeah.
You understand football? You're not, you understand. You know it,
Well, I'm learning. I'm not going to tell you I'm the best, but I'm learning. And the man that wants to learn more will learn more. Believe me. The attitude towards everything, it enhance your outcome, to be much more successful.
Then one of the most important thing about life is what? Now learn.
Yes.
Every day, if you have to learn, brother.
Well,
if you're not,
I'm probably sure that boy, our culture don't act that way, man. Our culture start from the extreme confidence, man. I had to break that out of me in Belgium, because I came here with that same extra confidence, And when I saw some 12-year-old run around me, after I scored, not 12-year-old, but around 16-year-old,
Yeah.
I realized that I never knew much about football, and I humbled myself after getting embarrassed. Because embarrassment is the first thing that comes after your ego, So I did get embarrassed.
Yeah. Yeah. So you see a different idea of the game where the youth them little and younger than you, but the intelligence of the game.
But to be fair, I was here for 30 days and the weather wasn't in my favor. This is not Kayinson type excuse. I wasn't here for 2 years. I was here for 30 days, and because I had my wife and things jumping up on me, I'm saying, okay, let me try and go out there if I can get some football in my legs and stuff and try, But I did try, I did score, but after that, I never even knew that scoring never really mattered. They wanted to see what you have as a overall package, or you can add to what education you had. And to be honest, I had good speed. I was very physical. It's a pretty much big, fast, and strong what Jamaica produces, But I never had the intelligence, or the education towards the football, So that's where I started to learn more, when I started to say, let me try and go in. I started to meet friends with the Suriname connection. Started to meet friends like people that's in coaching now. Even one of my friends, he just got a job. Either Rotterdam in the Champions League. Yes, so when I started to meet those people, I started to realize that they like the way I say about football, And they gave me the confidence to say, yo, you need to go and try learn it a lot more, man, because if you can deliver it more understandable on a bigger scale, maybe your overall system can be bigger on the internet and stuff, So they were the ones that motivated me,
Oh. So start developing knowledge.
Yes, and then it started to go to school.
Oh, so you get your license thing?
Yes, I did one. I did just the normal one, the actual basic, because B don't mean basic. You understand me? Your first, the lowest level in the actual region that you are, that is the basic license.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
You get them, and call. We see love for the sport. What may I say? Who are the minister of sport for Jamaica now?
I think minister is Babsy Grange. Is it not Babsy Grange? Then Babsy.
I knew she was, but
Babsy
I don't know if she's still. Well, listen.
Babsy Grange, Jamaica. Let me see. I think it's her. Minister of Sport. Minister of Sport. I think it's her. That's what they said. Babsy Grange is the Jamaican Minister of Culture. She's the culture now. Culture, entertainment, and sport. Yes, it's her. Because on sport is three things. But I think it's just one. It's just one thing, right? It's just one thing. But you just say 3 words,
Right. What would I like the fans and the fans people?
I think people can really write to her. You know why I know people can write to her? You had an year when I think it's 2 years ago when you had 2 Jamaican teams, because we were coming out of the COVID, you had 2 Jamaican teams actually never had funding, and they had to write to her to get money from the country. You understand me? And they had to write to her for her to pass the money for them to go into the competition. So I think if people if 1,000 people write letters to her, I think she's not going to step in completely, but she can say something, because they do give money. And based on what she told me by presentation that she gives to the federation every month money. So they do give the federation money every single month. That's what she said out of her own mouth. You understand me? So they do have talks into saying things, maybe not on making complete decisions, but they do have talks. So if people can write to her and explain to her the damages that it's doing for the brand, I know, big Jamaica brand, try and spice up those letters as best as possible, you know?
Yeah, because I remember Chang, before Chang leave, I remember one time he had a press conference and he was commending the Babsy for helping out. They said they can call on her anytime and thing, and she always render assistance. Because the reason why I say this, you know, either she not keep up with the sports, right? We have to get a change with a more young person who keep up with the sports and understand the sports and things. Because there's no way you're supposed to. Before me go there, sir. Remember when the Prime Minister, I think it was 2020, when he was campaigning, and he said Jamaica have to go to the World Cup. And he's going to do everything possible to make Jamaica go to the World Cup and work with the JFF. Who remember that? In 2020.
In 2020? I remember hearing a statement like that. I remember hearing a statement like that.
Yeah.
But
he said Jamaica, I have to make it to the World Cup. Have to. See? So, the man them would up on social media and a call in this program. A full time, I've been saying this from the Gold Cup. Right? When the man them use defender play midfield. Yeah? We said the man them the campaign go at who they are Jamaica there, who they on social media, Steve on social media, who can go to Jamaica go there. And they love for the country, and they love for the game. We are save the future because we have the youth them out there, we are come. Yeah? And we can go JFF and we decide say the whole of them have to step down. And we are called upon the Prime Minister, we are called upon the Minister of Sports, and we are called upon the private sector and everybody come together. Because the man them must share this thing, say Speid now nothing to lose and this, that, and if him carry the team go a World Cup, him a hero, and if him not make it, nobody can blame him because the team they are already crashed out. Bridget, the man them get that easy soup. Well, me never say easy for
Carla, what you just explained, I paid 2 times. I remember the once you had when Cataract told me that him and 7 people will go up there to protest up at the JFF head office. We structured something with Cataract to get things done, I think, yeah. And then another time we tried to do it with Leader. Cataract backed out of that one because Cataract never trust Leader, which I can say Cataract was right to not trust Leader. So Cataract was right in the end, you know, and we tried to do it that way. So sometimes these people are all talks and not.
That's what I'm saying. I said to the man them, say, listen, I want to keep blaming every coach come. I don't blame them when the coach leave and the coach man make give a little insight of what really got down. JFF, and Speid no say the man them, he just come like work with a company. And them a break the rule, you know. The safety rule, everything them a break, them a do everything that is wrong. And them know say the workers them know say it's wrong them breaking the rules. And them on go talk but them not it just us here right by the compound in but nowhere. That's
Carla, that's what I had said just a while ago. They don't respect the fans because they don't think they're educated enough or they don't think they're serious enough. Even if they do think they're educated, they don't think they're serious enough to continue the fight. And that's why I said in my video, I am not getting behind nothing. I'm standing for something. That's what I said in this video. That's why I said that. Because people like to drop it around. Oh, yeah, man, get behind the team. Because they know. Because should them benefit behind the team as well, do you? And nobody wants to put their... Anybody that wants to be a martyr willing to lose everything. But some of these people, I've learned over the years, they don't want to lose nothing. Every single thing that happens in this category, I am the only one that willing to lose everything every single time. Everybody else just pretend and just talk because they know what the people want. But what they are willing to do, they are not willing to put their money on the line. They are not willing to put nothing on the line. Even though this is exactly what got them what they have. Remember, it's solely what we did and building a pushback to the federation made everybody got subscribers. But all of a sudden now people trying to protect subscribers and protect them. Protect what? You have nothing. Nobody knows you outside Jamaica blood. All right? Nobody. So stop protecting something. So what I've realized, nobody actually loves Jamaica. Nobody actually loves it. Everybody loves themselves. Just look at the JFF love themselves. Then people, the radio station loves themselves. The YouTuber them love themselves. Everybody just want their own damn thing. They are not going to stand up for something. You have to willing to lose everything, man. You have to, and not just one day, every day. You stand for something. You still love Jamaica. Oh, you mean me? So me nah support the team. Me not love Jamaica. What wrong with you? Me not support this team because me know so we can do better. And then forced something else for me. So why, if me stand up for sense of the thing, me become the odd man out? No. Sometimes people need to truly process things, and you see who genuine. You see who actually genuine and want the betterness. Brother, me not support nothing. Me I can watch the game just the same, but me I tell you, so me not support it. So if you are telling me so me need to get behind a team, then you not have to come on my channel because me not support it. Me I watch it. And me not support it. So me not want to build a fan base off of foolishness because me not gonna support Speed them have to get more educated in a football. For me, actually support them. Me not support the half and the thing. Every other country put out their best and I get the best people. Curacao 15 times smaller than Jamaica. And Curacao have 2 bigger coaches than Jamaica. Oh, that makes sense. Curacao have 2 bigger coaches than Jamaica. Carla, and Curacao 15 times smaller than Jamaica. Where you tell me about money? Every time we the hype and say we have everything in Jamaica. Jamaica can run competition with first world country. We can't even run competition with a country 15 times less than Jamaica. That don't make no sense. Stop lying then. If the truth is we don't have the money, stop lying then. Don't lie to me then. Stop bragging. Stop bragging then. Don't lie to me. You understand me? Don't lie to me. If you don't have the money, don't lie to me, man. Can you tell me so now, right? And then Dick Advocat sick, then Dean Ore comes in. Jamaica, the coach same left, and Mr. Speed come in. Where Mr. Speed ever coach? For come in. You see, if we get...
No, in planning, because you say something, where you say Curacao have 2 great coach better than Jamaica.
How them pay them? How them pay them, Carla?
It's not that. No, it's not that the JFF can't pay them, The motive by the whole thing, Speed and all of them, the Speed won't be the coach for a long time. So the thing is, them never go hire no coach where them can't control. That's a number one. Them now go hire no coach where I me see it and me go back again to the job. Me see them give a woman a position where the job require a degree and pick her and give her the position. And she have no knowledge about all the company for running. See? But they unpick her. And you see everybody who are there and go school and go educate themselves and get them degrees and say, yeah, later on them want to go into the company and thing. She get rid of them because she have a higher position than them. So the same thing with Speed and Speed now go hire nobody who a better quality than him.
You see you caller? You see you caller is a powerful statement to make, you guys need to go videos with me and Mr. Speed attack because through me I got through the course at the time. I'm asked me and him do the interview. I say, Mr. Speed, I have a good proposal to you. Why you don't get 10 of the best coaches in Jamaica and you just send them to Belgium We will try get all, like, give you all the information that places them can stay and everything, and you just make them stay for the 2-3 years, and them can actually get a European license, and then all 10 of them they are going to be in depth with the JFF, but they are going to be super qualified, and you can have 10 coaches back on the island. You can pay their wages and stuff. You know what Mr. Speed said to me? JD, yo, dog, you can't trust Jamaica people, you know, brother. Because you know, can talk to them if you do that, you know. A good idea, but you know, can talk to them. The video is here, the live video is here now. That is one of the greatest proposal ever. That is one of the greatest proposal ever. Because if they had done it by then, Congo did it since I talked on it. Congo did it. Congo have their coaches. South Africa did it. South Africa have their coaches. But him literally tell me, saying them can't control the man them. Brother, if you give a man, if you give a man a job, you give him a job, him just go to school on the job. It's a part of the job. But you turn around and do Trinidad license after. You turn around and do Trinidad license. So Carla, what I'm just saying to you, what you just said to me, that's what I have in my head. He doesn't want anybody to be more certified than him, because I never mentioned the 10 coaches him should be included. It was the 10 best coaches in the island. When excluded him. But maybe he thought that he meant that if you get them the bigger license, you can't control them after that. That's what I think he meant. So you call out good athlete, man.
The Prime Minister, he loves his sports and he watches sports. And he go back to the Minister. You see all of them proposals, you can write to them. You can call them. Or you can set up an appointment to call him or whatever. And you put this to him and make him know. And you can make him know, say, look here, you love Jamaica, you love his sports. You know, just not attack because you're on social media. You love the country, and Jamaica is a brand. Right? And Adidas was looking forward and FIFA for Jamaica qualifying, because we could not get us easier draw than that, you know. See? Mm-hmm. So Jamaica miss out on a lot when they don't qualify for the World Cup. And this is your proposal. You want 10 or how much? Man, good coach who just needs some knowledge of the game and things. And this is what you can do, and you can set it up, and it can work like that too, you know. It can work like that. See? But back to what I was saying. Speid knew from a long time that he want to coach Jamaica, but he no want it look like a conflict of interest. So when him say McLean now I go down Adrian, them appoint him as advisor. So you see, it's time to that Jamaica now, because Jamaica go on 6 points. So he thought that Jamaica go qualify. So when now he goes to boom as an advisor now, he go get the glory. Because them are going to say, boy, look like Mr. Speid, boy, when bring to the knowledge and bring to the advisor and get the coach, it work. So it look like him to be the coach, him are the future coach. And you understand?
Yes, and even if he loses 2-0 to Congo, and they look like they are doing something sensible on the field. Because Jamaica is great at looking like they are doing something, you know, when they are losing, you know. Because they run up and down while aimless, you know. So they just look like they're doing something, and they come and con the public again to give him an extension on it, and not knowing that he didn't. But believe me, I am going to do the deepest analysis of every run, brother. 16 hours the video gonna last to tell people it's a foolish it's him on the field. Just watch. I'm gonna try to bring everybody who are qualified higher than me as coaches, because I'm not making fool in the Jamaican people. Let's watch. I'm gonna go up behind. They're gonna hate me after I'm done, brother, because I'm gonna go above and behind to make people see some foolishness and don't make them deceive you. You know? Because that them a try
because when them come with and you see some of my man them now on social media who are leak out on Speid now. I hypocrite them, you know. You know why I say that? When the man them say one the Caribbean Cup and then go a little playoff, and you see him at the game when play against the team of Miami.
Yeah, Inter Miami.
Bro, the man lost in the game, bro. The man lost in the game. Me wanna call that a great game out some of them. And them I say, oh, Mr. Speid are the best in the Caribbean, you know. So is he the future coach and thing that look there now. When they he never make it this time.
And you go back and listen to my video when I said this is a low ambition thing, because Violet AC 3 years ago that never could train one day in Haiti went on to beat a Liga Make It team and also a MLS team, and we are prideful to get 4 love.
Right.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
The man them, Virgin. All right. You can know a country from a long time. If we even go pick up a little scrimmage game, all a even time or so. And you see the man them, the game will start 6:30, you know, Jay. Then say 6:30 at evening time. Put it at that, right? Man a come 6:45 and 7 o'clock. When 7 o'clock, he might talk out the whole of Europe football club and who strike and who this and who get transfer. And that is another 45 minutes to hour, you know. And then now them are do juggle and keep up and approve and who can do this, you know. And then now by the time they go up on the field, and you know, everybody play out a position, you know. Everybody play out a position and at the same mentality you see on the Blues and Girlz Jamaica football team. The man they not play in a position, they not put all them to take them are regret. Them are regret in a match like that. Me no feel say them are regret should start in the game with Crusoe. Me no feel say should I start.
Wait, you didn't think he was fitting to the system that they wanted to play? Or is overall condition?
Jamaica never have a football system. They never have a system.
So I don't think that he would have been a person fitting to that on the night.
No. The thing is, what them I do, them just a take player and I switch them around and I put them in a position that them not comfortable with and play. And if him put him in a position if he play, who are gonna bring the ball to him and how the ball will get to him?
Andre is a very good guy. He does football tactics. He has a football in school, not school, but a club. I love to watch his videos. I know he educates people. I know how to play the Barcelona way. He brought up the same point. He brought up the same point that sometimes the players are good, but just not fitting a style, and that's why you always try to tee your team to either a full game plan that everyone knows what they're doing, or play around that star player. So that means no one is fitted out. You understand me? But Jamaica just went out there to think that they're gonna. It's like what I've said. When I saw people praying before a game, and that praying connecting to make sure I win the game. And you're a Christian, and the Bible says that the God is a just and fair God that doesn't do biases. It tells me that you have not prepared enough. What I saw on the night, it just tells me that Jamaica wasn't prepared enough, and they just thought that the crowd would have actually gotten us over the line, just being that we are Jamaican. You understand me? And that couldn't work. It's not what you're bringing is much more insightful, because big up yourself, Bamsworth, thanks for being here. What you're bringing is much more insightful, because what you're saying now, you're identifying players, even though you know that Damar Gray is good. You are saying that he never fit the system, but he put a next man where I go run up and down like Cephas, so he can relieve Cephas. So even if it's an uncontrolled situation, everything will be an uncontrolled situation. So that means Curaçao themselves can't contain you. Whilst you have Damar Gray on the field, it makes it easier to contain, because Damar Gray is looking for literally 1-2 touches, while Cephas is looking to run up and down. So if you double team Cephas or put a triangle chop around Cephas, Damar Gray is not going to move away that triangle chop, you know. He's going to add to the triangle chop because he's trying to come in. He's trying to come in and he's not going to add anything behind the next centre back or left back. So it makes everything easier for them to stay longer on Cephas. So I love that take. I love that take because I saw it in my breakdown and I'm saying, okay, that you're telling me that Jamaica never had a plan B? It was just a plan A?
No plan.
It just was a plan. It was a plan A. They had a plan A, which is to give it to Cephas and then crowd the backs after. That was their plan, you know. That was their sole plan. You understand me?
Yeah,
but Cephas couldn't get the ball because they were giving him the ball. King pumped the ball to him around 20 times or just under 20, around 18 times. I think I counted 19. And he connected under 5. You understand me? So and after he gets the ball, two of them he pushed off and pushed them out the door. And then 2 he got taken away. So he never passed the player once in the entire time.
I was watching all the mark him, you know. You have one that sit back, you know, because them know say Cephas have to cut in, right? And square in. So him kind of sit back a little. The other one, they mark the space. So you see by the time the ball, like be a year ball, you know, and they read the play, they know that they're going to try to get Cephas the ball.
Yeah, that was
for Cephas to make the cross. And then, so what happened now? They just sit there and wait. And as they remember some of the ball not even accurate pass, you know. Yeah? Cephas sometime go deep for the ball, offline for the ball. Right? But by the time him get the ball for dribble down, nobody know there. Enough time you see people that call Cephas and say, Cephas now hold up your head, Cephas now this, Cephas now that. Virgin. We are watching thing. Yeah? And sometimes, remember say we are watching on a TV, we are watching on it. And who to tell him now glance?
Carla, Cephas doesn't have the fundamentals. He doesn't. So I agree with the viewers, them. That is a truth. He doesn't want to pay his head. But he still has something that they wanted to rely on the night. So he was still the plan. So what you do, you make sure he's in the best position to carry out his duty because you knew the coach says that he can't control. The coach says that he's not a technical player. And they said he has blistering speed that they can't train. That's what the coach said. You need to go back to the interview on Sportsmax. He said that on Sportsmax. So I'm sending people where to get these interviews. He said that on Sportsmax. So you know how the player play. So if you know he has blistering speed that you can't contain. What you do in football then, because they talk about the long ball and short ball rule. When you go long, you have a 25% chance of getting the ball because the ball is aerially. And you are going to have more 1 and 2s so that your advantage is limited. Control a shorter pass is 75% more accurate than so what you have to do, they should have mixed it up, work it closer to him, get 1-2s like what I just explained about Kenji Ore on Lembe Kisa and how he beats King. That 1-2 that he works into Comencia and Comencia slipped him back through and he beats King and top shelf it. Because the ball created it for him. The ball is the faster part, the fastest mover on the day. But if you have good pace as well and maybe lacking controlling, make the creator make the decision for him. So he has nothing more to work for. Because that means he can't do anything. He can't cut back or nothing. So if you push it to the player, look, if 2 players here, so one is trying to mark Cephas, and he pushed it in, so what you're trying to rely on is Cephas to give you back the ball. Because once you want him to get the ball, so he draws the attention, right? So when he draws the attention now, you make sure you tell him not to even dribble. Just push it back inside and then you run off. I'm not going to give him the Kenji Ore to start and stop and decide. I don't want him to decide anything because that's where when it goes bad for Cephas, when he has to decide something. So the start and stop. And my creator, so what Kenji Ore could have done himself, Cephas can't do himself. So I'm making 2 players do the same thing. But Cephas is faster than Kenji Ore. Cephas is faster than Kenji Ore, so we know it's easier. So what I would have done, what they missed is to play Damari Gray closer in the middle rather than on the right hand side, because Damari Gray is much more cleaner in the tight spaces. He has the best controlling in the entire team with everybody available. And he has the best layoffs in the entire team with everybody available. So put him as a cam, and him and Cephas work together. That's what they should have done for the 1-2 to expose Cephas. And then now the long ball that King is playing and the short ball create more spaces. Because now they are trying to force you not to play the short pass or the long pass. It's not just one pass, because that was a problem. It was only one pass on the night. They could have dealt with that because they expected the one pass. But if they had mixed the thing up by that level of creativity, that's when you would have gotten more success. And that's the approach. Too much education is in football for we to just think that football is so simple. And that's why I hate when people tell me, oh, anybody can go out and play football. You can go out and play football, but you ain't gonna win nothing at all. You're gonna get 25 from sensible people. Like when I went to Belgium and people tiny human beings run ring around me. I was the biggest, fastest, strongest. When I'm playing on Chisholm Avenue, just licking people through wall and zinc and all sort of stuff. Because of just my physicality. But now you have to think the game. So the holding up head, when I reached to Belgium, I really learned how to hold up my head, and my controlling got better, because now you're thinking ahead. You're not just waiting to try and control the ball. Because why people controlling is not getting better? Because they are trying to control the ball, so they are thinking at the same time. It's not, they already thought about it and control the ball, so they are going into their second phase. They don't have a second phase, and that's why Cephas is always 2 seconds slow, and his speed make up for him. But quality center backs are fullbacks that drops off or get close to him can always stop him, because he doesn't have that half a second survivability. He doesn't have it because he doesn't have the technical ability, and he never learned how to do it. And that is his biggest problem. And that's why I always push back on them glorifying him so much, because I know he's easy to stop. Go back and watch the Dominica game when it was 3-2. Everyone thought that we were going to give Dominica 6, even me included. Cephas tried 4 times to pass the fullback and couldn't pass him Carla at all. And all the Carla, that was not a high quality fullback. Let me give you his name. He was not a high quality fullback, but what he did, because he's not a high quality fullback, he gave him the space to run in and just drop to the line. You can't run past the line, Carla, because the field of a line, that once you pass it, it's outside. So now you have to square me up to pass me. You have to square me up to pass me, and once I close it in and show you outside, you have nothing more. Yeah, all right. So let me give you the left back. At that day for Dominica, the left back was Joseph. No. The left back was Cephas was on the side, left hand side. Joseph was the left back. Travis Joseph was the left back. He shot Cephas out of the game. They had to take off Cephas. He did nothing in the game. The one assist he got in the game, he cuts back on the halfway line and kicked the ball. That's how he got the assist. He cuts on the halfway line and kicked the ball. So around 35 yards, he created assist from. Because now he had to think, because he's not getting away with nothing in that game. You understand me? That was Dominica. So for people that's just coming in because of the World Cup hunt, we are here a long time watching a lot of these games. Yeah. So Carla, it's a lot in the game, Carla. A lot in the game.
I totally could think we said before me go. All right. But what you said still, you was on point, because that I was gonna say that the coach should have somebody now to assist Cephas to do the 1-2, because he have the pace. So by the time the defender come towards him lay off the ball a long time, or just when he control the ball, him just lay it off same time and just make the run.
Yeah.
And pick it up. I saw him have to play, but again, it go back. So that's why I say we can blame Cephas because him a play for the team and him just a play and the coach them have to
Yes.
put him in place to assist him and change him style of play. Because remember, you know, when Ronaldo go money, you know, when Beckham left. Remember saying, you know, as a 17-year-old, everybody has said, oh, Ferguson, in just while long before give him no knowledge I give. And Ferguson believe in him and say, right, and take him time and see, you know, him a world class. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you have a proper coach, as what you say, a proper coach, no little drag up coach where because he may coach one little schoolboy football and coach one little club in a country where the league not even recognized worldwide. See? The free say, yeah, them a big coach. And so it go. Them no love the game, Bridget. Them just about the money. Because if them love the game, them not bring in proper coach. We have the knowledge of the game and the coach can teach them and them learn.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, man. But the problem is, Carla, a lot of these players came into football, maybe not for footballing reason, because I think it's spoiled from early on. What the people that sold these guys never sold them as finished article. They sold them in pretending like they're finished articles, but they just try to get a lot of these guys signed when they're 13, 14. They never got any footballing education and just try to push them out when they're 17, 18, and maybe 20 or 21, whatever it is. But they don't get to learn. They don't get to learn. So but coach, Carla, but look at this now. Carla, look at this now. Now this is the amount of pressure Jamaican coaches comes under, Jamaican national coaches comes under, because all of these local born players need so much work on them, especially ones them that only plays inside. They need so much work on them. You need your coach to draw them aside and work on them to build them. That's why Al Grimson was so important, because Al Grimson already pointed out that these guys pretty much can't control and pass and do certain fundamentals. And it will be too much. Sadly, I would agree with most people that said that Algrim should have spent more time, since he understood that was a problem. But no, the local coaches them and the clubs them need to do better. They need to give us much more better products that we can improve on, not products that we need to build from the start. You understand? And that is the problem. Yeah. Most of these products, they have the name because they come to a Manning Cup, which is terrible, because Manning Cup is terrible. Because Manning Cup is you playing against you that can't control, playing against you that can't control. So there's no separation. Right. So all the excitement that we put to the Manning Cup, we believe that everything is all right. But no, Jamaica doesn't play Jamaica anytime in international football. So you get to play the people that can control and do all the fundamentals. And then Jamaica always looks fish out of water, because what we are relying on, because none of us could have controlled, we start to run left each other because we have the same deficiencies. No, these ones they know about lines and positioning, and they can pass and control. So they just do the fundamentals, and really Jamaica gets some embarrassment in youth football and in main football as well by teams that we should be beating, because Curacao did the same thing that United States did to our U20s. Curacao just pass football. They just pass football. They just pass football, and Jamaica keep running around the football. I don't know if you see they run 3 times. They are I saw Bakuna and Kamencia pass 2 football and make a triangle, and 3 Jamaican players ran through the triangle. Off the ball here. Off the same ball here. And I can't understand what I'm watching. I'm saying this is bad. This is bad.
But you can see that's what I'm saying. Enough time we blame the players, but we have to blame the coach. And in this instance, when they come to Jamaica, we can blame the coach them, because the coach them now get to do what they want to do.
Yes, and so some coaches that came on can't even do what they want to do, because we're all in their hands, because what we are doing, we're telling them to pick the local guys them and the local guys them kind of slow their system down. It's not them preferring overseas players. It's just because they know that the fundamentals of overseas players are better. So that means they don't have to focus on you don't have to focus on the fundamentals of the overseas players. Them you can just get with your actual ability and your game plan, your module that you come with, and you're gonna start from your module. When you have to deal with the local players, then you have to start from football itself. So by the time that's why Mr. Amsi was so fed up. He said it out of his own mouth. He said he has to be learning players to play football. They have the attitude that want to learn, that is true, but he has to be learning people how to play football. He can't focus on no module because he has to be teaching people how to play football. And that's why the mass of Jamaica don't actually know. That's the problem. The guy, I know you love the guys, them, and I would love to see a lot of them develop. You know, but if the fundamentals are not right, it takes off 2 to 3 seconds of every part of every fraction of the game. You understand me?
Look at US coach, the one where they may have, he was a even better coach than what we have, where we used to put up. And the man them say him no perform good in the because Panama beat them. How would they do? They sack him same time. They know about that delay. So I don't know how you have one set of person in the JFF. Them just did it for how many years now? That's what I'm saying. The people them with up on social media make nice. A couple if we come together and make the Prime Minister and make the Minister of Sports and the private sector of Jamaica know say enough is enough, them people have to go. Yeah, enough is enough.
That is true.
Without no threat or not, enough is enough. Jamaica is a brand, and when you see smaller country and we go a World Cup and we look at Haiti, this place, all over the place, and look back, the man them come together and put a team and qualify for the World Cup. Qualify for the World Cup, budget. Now, you see the team where the man them play in the Unity Cup, I thought the man them was gonna build a team from that and take time, you know, rotate players. The man them, you play a game and you win. You have 2 clean sheets, 6 points, and it third game make people are bad. Oh, we need experienced player, we need this. And you change up the team. And the team do nothing and you still stick to that. And you see, so when you play that youth are hungry and want to play, and easier to coach and listen to what you say because them want them on the team.
Yeah.
When you kick them aside. See? That don't make no sense. The other thing we want
Call me get a next call and I give you the whole time in me. But a good reasoning, so you take out your teeth, the whole of the man them call. Make we link up because them are beat me. You know. And my phone are dead. My phone are dead, caller. Just finish your point because my phone are dead.
Me and them I say, the guy King fi play midfield.
No.
Play defense. What do you think?
No, King can't play midfield or defense at this point. King is a liability to the team at this point, you know?
Right.
He's just not ready. He needs more time to work. He needs time.
But they need to educate themselves because Bowser embarrassed himself for night, and if he want to go there play professional football, and the coach out there look or him behave, and when night is unacceptable.
Yeah.
If you do the police officer like that and talk to them like that, they must say, "Oh, you have to come deal with the coach or deal with."
Yes, that is true. Now, imagine how he deals with the coaches behind closed door, don't you know?
Exactly. So ghetto mentality, lack of education, lack of knowledge, the emotional content, and have none of it. Them need to learn all of that.
Yeah. All right. So Carla, big up, yeah.
Give us up.
Yeah.
Give us up.
People, I wanted to do 1 hour in this video, you know. And I said that's the last call I'm taking. How far? Okay. Take this call. This is the last one. Hello, good day. Hello, good day, Carl. How are you doing?
Good day, sir.
Yes.
Good day, sir. What's up?
I am here.
Right,
I'm a bit tired and I have some work to do on the computer. But
I know, and I know. So I see the last call, but that's why I'm saying let me just chip in 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. Believe me. The first one is the Dominican Republic game.
The Dominican Republic. I was in Jamaica. That game that we won 1-0.
No, the one, no man, the 3-2.
The Dominica, that's not Dominica Republic. Dominica.
Dominica, not Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dominica game.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy on it who take over the whole ball game. Julius, him used to play for Mount Pleasant. And that one
try
man take the ball game.
Try,
man.
Yeah, he did have a very good spell. The
man take the whole ball game. Listen me, I say, and all right, that man was a bench man for Mount Pleasant, bench.
Okay.
Bench man. So, but me get from that. I gather that the team never want no personnel because we have enough quality player. We want a team, not good player. We want a good team.
You can go with that approach.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want a player. So even when they want to bring in some more players, it would not make any big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Because
so you want a team-oriented system, but
nice.
But Carla, listen to this. Football, Spain is exactly the people that the football they play. England is exactly the football that they play, and that's why they went for other people to try and play different football. So you actually think that Jamaica can play a team-oriented style? Look, we have. Listen to me. We have Liam Bailey. We call him Starboy. We have Whisper. We call him 4-4 kick Whisper. We have Kaim Dixon. You realize that none of these players are not team-oriented type players? Maybe Kaim Dixon come out of the CC system that was more team-oriented, that is true, but he becomes a figure. So I think we have to be what we want to show on a football field, and that's what people take like in these conversations. I think that's what people lost in football. You have to actually be what you're going to do on the field, because you rely on your subconscious a lot. So what you think have a lot to give on the outcome that you're going to place on the field, and our style, our attitude towards football. It would be shocking that I see a team performance from Jamaica, because I can't see Whisper, Shamar, and I feel Liam Bailey and talk about team. These are all individuals that seems like they want a starlight and they want to have a stage show instead of a football match. You understand me? Say it's gonna be hard. Unless you're gonna pick some kids from Mount Pleasant, some young kids, and grow them into that system. From Kingston Academy, some from not from Phoenix, because at this point Phoenix might produce good players, but they are the ones creating individual players instead of team players. You understand me? But more from CC then. And then like a Blake, someone says Satchwell. Look at Satchwell and Whisper. Look at the difference. Satchwell plays similar roles, but Satchwell relies on others to work with him. Whisper is an individual. All right? Yes. So it's hard for you to get a team ball that you're looking for. I hope that answers your question.
Probably, yeah. Because look what I'm driving at right now. Make we look at even the match, the last match. We are at home, where we should be more comfortable on the ball. And after the first 3-touch run at it, and sometimes we can't get 3-touch run at the defense line, because after the man and press power, we have to make a long pass. But what I'm saying is that the team thing, the teamwork, because yes, I have quality players on the field, but the teamwork, when a man will just come in the middle and take a ball from a king or the wing back. He might dress back, he might go back to go play forward, and so it make the man who have the ball have to put it long. Open, it's a open ball we are playing. We are hope to see if us lash on to this. We are hope. We just keep hoping. While I am saying that if we draw it, because me and talk about this now, because we say with all of them are going, the same little Maggie would have been coming for his ball. You get what I'm saying? He might come for him ball. From school, from anything, he might go come. The minute the defender them have the ball, he might find a space and come.
Okay.
He want the ball, but we don't have anybody who want the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we are fearful that maybe when we pick up a ball, we lose it. That's all. And looking at the whole middle, nobody not do nothing. That's all. Nobody not do nothing in the middle of the field. Not a single thing.
Well,
and so it pressure the defense.
But
the point
Carla, don't you hear the advisor on radio telling people that we not play midfield football? So why are you here fighting? Say nobody not doing anything in the middle. The Carla, you not listen to the man. We actually.
Yes, man. Listen.
So then, you come back and tell us we're not doing anything in the middle when the man tell us we don't play midfield football?
You know.
The man.
Basil at
No, Basil, I know. But look like you have a little extra energy and you're going back in madness again. You know? Me have to call your wife, Basil. Alright? I'm gonna call your wife and let her know that Basil is going back in the Cocoa Juice Center. You know? But Basil, before you continue, Basil, let me give the people this because they just said Satchwell lost in the system. Satchwell is currently playing for what Rudolph, and he's playing week in, week out. All right, he just had an assist in the second to last game he played. All right, so Satchwell is playing more games than Dixon and Whisper combined 54 more times. So in the Slovenian league, he's playing. The Slovenian second league, he's playing in, and his team. Let me tell you, Rudar is 7th place and 20 points. All right, and he's playing and he's contributing. But obviously, because he might. That's why I just said to you. That's the reason why I can't see Jamaica team playing any possession-based football or anything because you have to be calm. You have to be calm and you have to love what you do. You have to love football to be a possession-based team. It's about stop thinking of football of you just make some you be too emotional. You understand me? So you have to build those players to do that thing, man. I would love for people can show even Mexico and those teams get into these dominant possession-based styles, Spain, and you realize that some of the time they don't even touch the football. Weeks sitting down talking about solving equations, and you wonder what I'm talking about. It's surprise what if you go deep and look at it, believe me, man, they do a lot to come up with these things that you're seeing on the field. It's not just by accident. You know, so not because this kid, you never heard much about him. You understand me? And he's doing better than both of them. He's actually doing better than both of them. It's so like funny. He's doing better than Richards and doing better than Kaim Dixon. Satchwell lost in the Jamaica system. Them now look at him. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Neil Golson. Goal. I'm saying Satchwell is doing better than Whisper and Dixon. But yet still, we say, I know that I'm in Jamaica system. But that's a problem. We need to be looking for people. We need to be looking for them. All right, because this is a local born player, and nobody might reach out to this kid and say, yes, you know, we still have you in our plans. You know, it's just maybe because we don't find the thing that can advance. You see, the way how you play, you know, that we can't see add the value as yet. So that's why we don't come for you and stuff and give him something to be motivated about. You understand me?
Yeah, and the second point is that when I look at from 19...
Yes, simple youth. Yeah, we need to do that a lot more.
92. Yeah, 1992 until 2025. This Jamaica team has been the worst team from that time. And you're quiet, sir.
No, I'm listening, you know.
I some research we do. That's
his Satchwell, Tropics Norman Satchwell. He's doing very well in the Slovenian League 2. You know? Slovenian League 2 is doing very well. So check him out. He's playing. Remember, Whisper just coming back from injury of limited time. And Dixon not playing any football. He went down to League 2 and it looked like he's out of favor with the team, you know? But Satchwell actually play every week, and I did watch around 2 games for him early on in the season. and the kid looks like he's building body, and he's still a technical player. He's still a technical player, you know? Still a technical player. Maybe he can play attacking midfield because he did it for stats and he play out wide as well. But it looks like he's much more of an attacking midfielder, central forward. So I think we should have built on this youth. We should have built on this youth a lot more. A lot more. Nobody really looked for him, you know. But big ups to Satchwell. So Basil, finish up a statement.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I said this. I know because I know some of the listeners are gonna say, no, I'm not fair, but I'm working with say let's look at all the World Cup qualifying come down, and then I realized that this present team is the worst team since 1992, and because what happened is that
Liverpool bad. No, go ahead. I'm just looking at some scores.
The qualifyings would have been in the earlier part. 3 teams would have been able to qualify for World Cup from Concacaf. No, it would have been just probably a Mexico, a US, and I say El Salvador, or Honduras, or Panama, and Jamaica in 1998. So we have basically we have played for one spot because Mexico and US take the next 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it did no, and we have no 6 and we have 6 spots. Get what I'm saying? No,
okay.
And 2025. Look at jump from 3 down this in 92. Now to 6 plus 2.5 spot. Right? And we can't make it. We can't make it. So you tell me,
that is not fair, you know. That is not fair. Back in the days, I am old enough, maybe not as old as you, surely not as old as you, but I was sensible enough because I was walking to the stadium in 1998, so I was more than sensible, you know, with everyone. All I'm saying is, I think football have gone to a different level. Look, Jamaica team is not an outvalued team than Curacao. And if it is, it's not by much. Then you still had Costa Rica, Trinidad, Panama, Honduras at the same time. But now you have Suriname, just as good as Jamaica, if not better. You have Curacao, just as good as Jamaica, if not better. Then you have Haiti adding more players to their team. So I think the competition is way more. But then it was dominant Mexico. United States was not all that. But they were still better than Jamaica. But they weren't so far. Now you have a dominant United States team, a dominant Mexico team, a dominant Canadian team. So you have 3 teams at the helm, and then you have Panama, Costa Rica, taking up those additional spots. Then you have Haiti, Honduras, taking up those additional spots. And if Guatemala okay on the right day, you're going to get beaten. And they have Suriname, Trinidad, and all of those other teams. So I don't think it's fair to say that this is the worst Jamaica team, because I think the competition is superior to back then. Remember you had Market, you had what's his name again? You have Market, was it Marquez? Back in the days for Mexico. But now you have I think it's harsh to say that. I think the Mexico teams, maybe you would say that some of the defenders are better because Marquez was at Barcelona at the time. But no, I think football is just much more superior to back then, much more. So I don't think it's the worst Jamaica team. I just think it's much more challenging times.
No. Yeah, no. I'm saying the worst team, not players. You know. Remember, I said what I started with was the team, a teamwork.
Okay.
We have
you're talking about so players.
Yes,
players. I think the region is much better.
Players.
The region is much better. That was my argument. My argument was to say the region is much better.
Yeah, but the team of itself, like a team going out a player. Yeah. Even the last World Cup.
Okay, so you're just focusing on Jamaica,
yeah.
but I was
So
just
don't
telling you
look
that
at
the region is
don't
better
look
today.
at no. Don't look at say the players who are playing, the team of itself.
Okay.
Team, how the team play. How the team play would have been the worst a Jamaica team player. Worse. And even if you don't, just go look at the last World Cup.
I never knew that you were only talking about Jamaica because I thought you mentioned the region. So I was talking on the region. So I'm very sorry. No, you said it was Jamaica. Back in the days, team was a better thing. Team, I was just talking about how much teams now you have to face aside from what we had before. Okay. That's all I was talking about. Because I thought the players today are better.
And then the final point is that.
Thank you.
All right. Let us just look quickly at who would have been the cause. We have. I mean, come back to the. We go back. We have the best goalkeeper. Since me know Jamaica team. So they Barrett them, the Lawrence them, the this, the that. We have the best goalkeeper. So
in the region.
No. And since Jamaica, the Jamaican team, I'm talking about like the Barrett them, the Lawrence them.
Yeah, you're Lawrence.
The whole Barrett, the whole of them. We would have had the best keeper. In say the 20 odd years or the 30 odd years. No, and then what would have happened now is that we are getting weak now because we don't have the best defender because if a Pepe Goodison would have been a stalwart in this team, right? We don't have the best midfielder because we don't have none. And Theodore Whitmore would have been a quality player in midfield.
Okay.
With even look now, with even beside him would be Andy Williams. Get what I'm saying, We don't have nobody there, so. And then let us jump up to the front line. Right? We have Ananda Lowe, we have Tiga Davis. We can choose like 6, 7 center forward. Where would have been outstanding more than who are here, right? And then we may now have a Leon Bailey in this era, who would have been let's say probably a cut above. I wouldn't even say above him, but
cut above who?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna hold it back. I'm gonna hold back that. He would have been thereabout to match who I'm talking to from the old time people.
Okay, your forward line. Your forward line. You had our boy Dean Burton. You had Paul Hall. You had Walter Boyd, but Walter Boyd was not always in the team.
But put him still.
You see, you show some bias, because when you talk about certain players, you talk about man, you don't have nobody else for them, you don't have nobody else for them. But when you start talking about some other players, man, put a man there, Walter Boyd don't make the team because Walter Boyd, sad to say, people, viewers, I was not the biggest fan of Walter Boyd. I don't think so. I think Jamaica have always had a Walter Boyd every single time. A player that mimics Jamaica's reality. And you have so much affinity towards him. You think that he's the greatest. I think you always have that. Now you have Whisper. Not saying that Whisper ain't good because I said that he's the best player came out of Jamaica. But Walter Boyd was the same thing. I don't think Walter Boyd was better than Dean Burton. I don't believe so. And history never tells me so. But the problem is, because we have so much affinity towards Walter Boyd, we just gave him the nod and said he's just better than everybody. But I think Dean Burton was disrespected for Jamaica. I think Dean Burton was very good. Very, very, very good. All right? I wouldn't say he's overrated, but I think, yeah. But Basil, my battery dying on my next phone as well. Yes, and I did 3 hours. This is the longest video. Longest video I've done in a while, blood. And this is the last one. Now on a bad me have to come out. I'm hiding because I never wanted to come out. I'm hiding, you know. So me now come back until next week Tuesday, blood. I need a rest.
I mean, me and listening from early say you not work with the coach.
No, what kind of work with coach? I mean, I work with the coach.
Straight up.
I just come watch football and analyze football. I mean, I have nothing to say.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, man.
Why me start do it for a long time, so from World Cup, me kinda change, you know. I change boy this, you know. Me not the worry and the frustration again.
Alright. Take care, Basil, alright?
Alright, so.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Alright, man.
Yeah, because me have 15% battery, people. Me have 15% battery. Alright, yes. So people, thanks. Yo, JD. Leave the pearl out. I never beat the pearl, people. That's why I can't. No, I can't. Me I done, people. Me say me have 15% battery. Me not have no more battery, people. Me not have no more battery. Me are dead. My battery are done on one phone and the next phone. Let me leave. Let me just come off because stop, people. All right, just take care. Me done. All right, me can't even done it in peace. No, I got take me 2 minutes, people. I'm in the process of sending the money to Martin and his team. So Martin and his team will try to get the stuff, which is the Jamaica Foundation that we are trying to finish. All right, we collected 1,498 euros. That is approximately coming to 153,000 Jamaica, based off the sending thing. All things will be fully transparent, so you can look out for it. I've sent it off to Martin and his team, and they're gonna try all the bags within within Monday once the money reaches, so it will reach before the Wednesday. So Wednesday and Saturday they're gonna do everything, and we're gonna get videos and everything that they're doing where they're going in Westmoreland. All right, just want to drop it in this video. I will do a separate video and try my best to put everything in the description of the channel, because we try to be transparent all we can. All right, people, take care. My battery is running out. Bye bye.